have this unique shoe. So I don't like to see myself in that space. So I felt like calling myself a writer is very modern and tush. So I was in a gathering like this, and I think it was TMO. We had Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, and they were like, you don't sell what you are selling. You sell who you are. Like you have to be connected to something before you start selling. So even though I was making top sale, I was disconnecting myself from what I was selling. Oh, I'm selling land for Web 360. It wasn't me. But then it's kind of a sense of pride that educating older people that did not maybe make decision early. Um, Wealth creation. I'm making people wealthy, you know, and I'm a Gen Z talking to people in millions. So I felt like, okay, these are things I should brag about. So you're going to get a lot from today's conversation, but what I want you to know, like, why are you selling? Why what you are selling? Why what are you selling? Are you connected to it? There are some properties, honest, there are some properties that I don't feel connected to, and I feel like, okay, this is not me. And there are some properties that I feel like, okay, this would fit for younger people, this would fit for women. And I went for one training, and they're saying male, when you are selling, male sell to female, female sell to male. But in my record, I sell to women, older women, and everything, and they see me as their daughter and everything. Okay, so I feel how I got connected to that is because my mom got her first property um, at older age, and I understand the struggle, like having a property in her name. You get. So, and I felt like, okay, there are women that need to own properties in their name without having to wait for a man to do it for them. Yeah, that kind of thing. So I felt so it's made me connect, and I tend to attract more women, more women. So it's not like I'm a feminist per se, but I'm just an egalitarian. I want equality. I think young people, there should be equality in age, gender, everything. So it might be unique for everybody. It might be a Christian aspect, but real estate is anything. I mean, this was a land, this was bush. Dr. Olumide said Lagos used to stop at Mushin, and the whole place was bush. And when you bring somebody to Ikeja, they'll be like, "Oh, this is bush. I can't buy this." But now we are going as far as people are going to Moe and living in Moe and working in Aja and are going from there every time, and the place is advancing and population is, you know. So today, I want you to network. If you don't network, you are doing yourself disservice actually, because you don't know who is beside you. So learn to network. I want you to network, and this is not the last Friday of the month. We do this gathering every last Friday of the month. Actually, we do training virtually every Friday, but the physical one where we bring an external person is last Friday of the month. And every third quarter we always have appraisals, and we give out, gifts to persons. And even though you are getting gifts every quarter, there is still something at the end of the year. I'm sure some of us would have attended our praise party. So we do press party, we do every quarter uh, gifts for people who sell, people who recruit, people, it's a family, it's a tree. We have to extend the branches. So, and we like people to come as they are. So come as you are. We let you go through the training. So I will just hold on to my thoughts so that you can, just reflect on whatever I have said, however I have said it. And maybe after Tiebo and Bibi Clement has spoken, you might want to grab one of their books. You see, I used to do this thing. I didn't even buy anybody book until I hear them speak physically, or I go through their social media and I feel like, okay, this person is smart. Oh, this person is ChatGPT. I'm not buying their book. this way. So I feel like when it's because I have heard you guys have heard TMO speak before. So I've heard TMO speak before. Baby Clement, I know she's a very smart person because I met her and the first few words she said to me, I was like, okay. So you could, after listening to them, you could get their books later or you could pre-order their books. So thank you very much for being patient with us and listening to us. Thank you.
Can we give us a can we keep high a round of applause here? I was about to say us. Can't say us really, because that is something we do.
Yes.
All right, so you just heard from Blessing. Like I said, Blessing is one of our customers executives. So the next thing on the schedule, and I think that this is actually a good place to put something like this because you know what people are hearing about money, there's a way that money usually allows you to pay more attention to what you are doing. Before we start talking about facts and figures and all those things. So I'm going to call our accountant again to come and share some of the milestones that we have hit in terms of paying out of commissions. The truth is that there is no serious, strong, profitable real estate company that jokes with marketing partners. There is only I have compared the outcome that we have gotten from cold ads, like people who don't know you from Adam. And I can tell you for a fact that that process is so long to get somebody from where they just see your ads on Facebook. Now, it's not that it doesn't work, it is that the journey is longer. So because they don't know you, they are dealing in an economy where bad news seems to be moving at light speed compared to good news. When everything is going well, we don't hear anything. It's when one company did not pay for layout approval and you hear news all over the place. So we are living in an economy where there's a lot of fear, and the fear is almost overshadowing the hope and the aspiration and all of that. So that can pretty much be overwhelming. So it takes a while for these people to actually get to the point where they're like, okay, I know enough about these people, I know enough about their product, I know enough about their integrity as a company to be able to do business with them. But when you are dealing with a realtor network, realtors typically they are closer to the end customers. Right? It's not going to stay there. Put it on my neck here. So they are closer to the end customers, and so it's pretty much easier for them to say, "Oh, I don't know the company, but I know you." I have had cases where people will just be like, "The only reason I'm buying for this company is because you're involved, though." So we have realized that that tends to shorten the conversion journey, and so everything that we're now doing at Rep 360 right now is to build a very strong realtors network. Success leaves clues, so also does failure. So when we look at what bigger, more successful companies are doing, we see that they have a very, very active, very agile, very strong realtor network. So why wouldn't we do the same thing? So we started making plans in that regard. And so all this that we are doing, all the events, all the trainings, all the special events, is to ensure that we beef up our realtor network so that everybody can be happy, everybody can get results. Our own is to provide training, is to provide resources to work on people's mindsets, and then the job of the realtors is to go out there and bring in the money in, and everybody is happy. So this training is not charity. It's not one of they don't people come, they hear nice things, they get trained for free, and then they go and sell for another company. Please, they're still God in heaven. So we are doing this because we want to build our own network. So at the end of today, you will have the opportunity. If you're not a realtor with Rep 360 already, you will have the opportunity to be able to join us as one of our realtors. So enough with that long story. So I'm going to call Abigail. So please, let's clap for her. It's not easy to stand in front of people, and so thank you. Oh, this is going to be like standard practice. No wala.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Abiodun Abigail, and I'm the accountant of Rep 360 Limited. Under the theme today, Sell Like a Pro, I'm excited to share something that proves how rewarding it is to be a realtor with Rep 360. From January till August this year, we've paid out 49 235,267 naira 50 kobo. That's from January to August in sales commission. And I would like to break down the sales from January. January and February, we kicked off the month very strong and we paid almost 6 million in sales commission. April and May, we paid over 9.4 million. Okay. April and May, we paid over 9.4 million, and we made the highest sales commission in April. We paid 9,443,125 naira. In months where the market was a bit quiet, like July and August. July, we paid 4,082,734 naira. And August, we paid 3,404,389 naira. Summing from January to August, 49,235,267 naira 50 kobo. I just want to show how rewarding Rep 360 is. If you make sales, we pay 15% for every commission. For every person you bring to Rep 360 as a realtor, we pay 15% on it. And even to the lowest kobo, if your money is 1,259 naira, 10 kobo, we'll make sure we pay that 10 kobo. We don't remove any single thing from your money, and we pay very, very prompt. So I just listed this out to show how good we are when it comes to sales. I don't know if we have any existing realtors here. Within a week, once you make sales, within a week, we pay out your money, and we don't deduct any single thing from your money. Yes. And we deduct VAT, withholding tax. Yes, because that's the country's 5%. Yeah, we deduct withholding tax. And I'm also saying this for us to have for people that are not realtors yet. I want us to be interested in making sales for Rep 360 because your 15% is sure, and we give incentives also for people that make sales. Like we have even if you make 10 million, like if your 15% results in getting 10 million, we have incentives for you. We have quarterly incentives that we give to our realtors. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. Please let's clap for her once again. Sorry, I'm not used to talking in small spaces. Can you tell you are putting me around? I'm not used to talking in small spaces. I've spoken on bigger stages. Like thousands of people. So trying to adjust to, but don't worry. All right. So before our main speaker comes on, this was actually supposed to happen later, so I can. There is something that we are planning for November this year. We have done the first edition of it. Now we are about to do the second edition. When I joined Rep 360 last year, so maybe I should give you like a tiny background so you know where this whole thing is coming from. I was coming from a background where we typically sell products in the range of 20K, 50K, maximum, you try 100K. Those kind of product prices. Me, I don't have the energy and time to be calling you 1 million times to get it sold. If I invite you for a webinar, we finish our webinar, we explain, we show you testimonial, we show you everything, and you are still doing like Thomas, no problem. We will have ads that will do the rest of the work. I do not stress myself to be doing follow-up because frankly, I just thought it was not. If I was talking about maybe something like 1 million, 10 million, and even as I then, I even thought that those kind of amounts, you can easily close them without having to. So I really did not process of follow-up. That was the first problem I had when I got to It's not work, and it's not work. Try this one, you work small, and then it drops off. You generate leads sometimes, and they are asking you, some of them are like, I will get back to you. The one sentence I hate so much in selling anything. The other ones will be like, send me the recharge card. And you're like, So it took a while for me to be able to adapt my previous experiences to real estate. I had to buy real estate courses, learn how targeting is done for real estate, learn the psychology behind how people think, understand the markets that we're dealing with in Nigeria, which is a hyper-skeptical market, and all of that. And after 1 year, I checked our advertising spend on Facebook ads. Don't shout. In the last couple of months, we have spent over 6 million naira on ads. Yes. And there was it took us a while to do the trial and error and figure out what was working and what was not working. So the whole point of training people is to prevent people from having to learn by trial and error. Yes, experience is the best teacher, but what they did not tell you is that experience is always also the slowest teacher and the most painful one. If you have to put your hand into candle fire to know that fire is hot, don't worry, be my guest, try it. So in November, we are having a training program called the Realtor Certification Program. The real estate industry in Nigeria only recently started adding structure and seriousness to how things are being done. Before now, there's been a lot of charlatanry in the real estate industry. People come, they just register with a company, and then you tell them start selling. Start selling how? You do not work on their mindset. You do not set their expectations correctly. They don't know what they are up against. They don't really understand the markets that they are playing in. They don't understand how to talk to people on the phone. They don't understand how not to get angry, like I used to do. All these things, they don't know. All they are running with is the excited news of, and we do these things a lot in marketing circles. You bring somebody to come and share testimonial. The person is telling you how he made 6 million naira commission in 1 month. And everybody's like, oh my God, I connect to it in Jesus' name. I am tapping into the grace without the knowledge. And the person that made the 6 million naira commission did not tell you that the reason he made 6 million naira is because he already has a network of people who, from his previous places of work, could afford that kind of stuff. So you now have realtors getting pumped up and excited and extrapolating that person's situation to their own situation. So they get excited and then they move out, they get into the streets. By street, I do not mean street, I mean like into the street of work. And then they get shocked. And then before you know, they have already started losing motivation. And maybe they attend a few more events, they get gingered, they get pumped up, they get excited. And then after a while, reality will come and slap them again. And before you know, in 1 year, according to statistics, over 75% of realtors drop out after 1 year. In Nigeria, we don't really, till this moment, we did not really have structured educational processes for training realtors. In the US, before you can become an agent, it is here in Nigeria that you decide you want to just become an agent, and tomorrow you're already advertising property. Come and buy, come and buy. And then you now start charging 5,000 naira for inspection fee to go out to the place. And you see the agents, many of them, their clothes is always brown. And they've been doing it for 30 years. So when the thing is that when the barrier of entry for anything is too low, it attracts all manner of human beings. The reason why you and I take the university very seriously is because university is not easy to enter. You think of application fee, you think of the exam you are going to write, you think of balloting, you think of special entry. By the time you think of all those things, if you eventually get into the course, even if that course is going to be useless after 4 years, You're going to read it like because the barrier is very high. But in real estate in Nigeria, the barrier of entry is very low. So most people take it for granted. And then they expect things to be very easy, like let's just jump in and just start. And it's not like that. So to prevent all these situations where you have a situation where you do an event, a lot of realtors come, everybody makes noise, everybody's excited, and then we go home, and then before you know, over 75% of your realtors have dropped out, they're not doing anything again. You post on the grid, never answer yourself. This is how we prevent that. And so in November, we're doing the realtor certification program, the second edition. Next slide, please. Second edition of it. We've had the first edition. Some of us are here now. We're going to see our picture in there. And you'll be smiling like, oh. So the goal of the program is to, now, this is the end. Bros. All right, so it's to increase the professionalism and competence of real estate marketing and sales partners. Your income cannot rise above the level of your competence. It's just what it is. The more you know, the more skills you gather, the better you are at selling. All other things being equal. Next slide. So this was the first edition we had. That was 1.0, and I think that we did like 2+ months ago. That was at the office, and it was really, really nice. It was really nice. We brought lawyers, we brought industry professionals, we brought people who they are hard to easily see. And then they shared their story. We brought Madam Grace Ofure, we brought one of the co-founders of Pertinence and all of that. And it was really an interesting session. Next slide. Like, I'm going to be needing you to be moving like really fast. So what we are doing in the curriculum, next slide. I want it to be very fast. So there are several sections in our curriculum. Before, I was actually the one that suggested you to our boss. So don't be surprised if this happens. And let me just warn you ahead, so that you know that brother is wicked tomorrow in case you sign up. If you don't make 75% attendance, you don't get the certificate. Hello? Everybody's quiet. Yes, if you do not make 75% attendance, meaning you do not attend 75% of the time, even though you paid us your money, even though it's your money, you do not get the certificate. That is how we are going to start increasing, because many of us pay for courses, and the courses, if you look at your course archive now, it's like biscuits that you have eaten in different places. You chop this one, you not finish it. You chop that one, you not finish. Chop this one, you not finish. Chop that one, you not finish. And then you just have like a massive archive of courses. And then you still see another one on Facebook tomorrow. I'll be like, oh God, I'm going to pay. This one, I'm going to make a lot of money from it. I'm going to finish it. And you still don't do anything. So the modules, so we are going to have, it's going to be a hybrid module. So there are going to be recorded classes, and then there are going to be live sessions. So the recorded classes will be delivered each day. The program is, from what we are conceiving, the program is meant to run for 14 days. So each day you're going to get a video lesson focusing on one aspect of real estate, right? So you're going to get, let's say for day one, for example, you're going to get Introduction to Real Estate by Mr. Koma Kodige. The second day, self-development for real estate professionals, which is very, very important because your mindset is very key. Okay. Thank you. So then client acquisition and retention, which is very, very important. Getting clients is very, very important. If you don't know how to get clients, now voila, right? And then also real estate business. Next slide, please. Real estate business, the legal and ethical consideration. Because, please, everybody should listen to this one. You know, there are people who have gone to jail in real estate because they sold for a company that was doing sharp practices. You don't want to fall into it. For those of us who did not fall into those traps, we should be immensely grateful to God. Those other guys who got into trouble, we are not smarter than them. We just happen to be in a company that had their processes properly aligned. So now, I used to say before that due diligence used to be the job of a customer. Now, you as a realtor must also do due diligence on the company you want to join. Because if you don't, and the game happens tomorrow, the company will not say, you are not the CEO, you were just a representative of the company. They will hold both you and the company together. So all the things that have to do with legal documentations, due diligence, verifications, and all that, a realtor is meant to have an acceptable level of knowledge of those things. And then also customer service management is very important. Some people don't know how to talk to customers. You don't know, like you hear some people on the phone and you have already lost interest in buying the product because they sound slow. They sound like somebody is forcing them to pick up the phone to talk to people. So we're going to cover that. Video content creation, also very, very important. And then effective real estate sales strategies. Next slide. Okay, and then I'm waiting for you guys to, so that I can, like, there's a lot of movement and it's affecting my. Okay, so marketing strategies to attract high net worth clients. Nigeria as it is today, what we used to call the middle class. See, please, let's be praying for this. I don't know, we've been praying, say so, but if prayer have not finished in your bank of prayer, continue praying for this country. Because what we used to call the middle class is almost gone. But interestingly, the category of people who could actually, like, who made up the mass that you can actually sell real estate to, conveniently were the middle class. So now you have a situation where a product that you're supposed to be able to buy for like 1 million, 2 million before, you now start thinking of paying 10 million naira for it. By the time you first think of your money for your rent, money for your family members, money for this, money for that, I mean, it's a lot. So now people have to work. You're welcome. Please, let's just give them a round of applause. I don't even know how to introduce them. Yes. All right. So we have to do a lot more these days to actually attract the right kind of client. And so you want to know those. And then, of course, how to market real estate. This one is very, very important. If you miss anything, don't miss this particular one. So next slide. Okay, so like I said, each video lesson will be delivered daily over 14 days. That's 2 weeks. And please note this. Some of these lessons are actually taken out of our higher ticket program. There was a particular program we did that people paid 210,000 naira for. So we're taking out of those, some videos are out of those programs to actually share with you. So we have already, we've been kind enough. Next slide. Next slide, next slide. All right, so like I said, so we're going to have like Q&A with facilitators to discuss what is taught in class. Some of us are going to have questions after you've gone through the video lesson. Somebody needs to be able to answer. So the facilitator will be around. Special guest sessions from industry leaders. I particularly like these ones because that's when you get to hear stories that you will really never hear. Like, you remember that saying that the secret of men is in their stories. This is very important. And then free site inspection. Yes, typically we charge for site inspection. So, but if you come through the program, the site inspection is free. Free enrollment into our realtors community at no extra charge. Also, because typically we charge for that, it's supposed to be 10,000 naira. Certifications issued to participants who meet 75% attendance. I am the dean of this faculty. If you don't meet 75% attendance, I will look at you like this. I'm like, yes, I know you paid the 360 your money, but explain. We'll give you query on why we should give you the certificates. All right, so next slide. So how much will this cost you? Typically, for a 2 weeks program, you know what you pay now. Normally, if you were to attend a one-day event at some places. So, but our pre-launch price, we have been very magnanimous, we've been very kind. All of this, we have thought about it and wanted to make it super easy for you. So you pay just 58,800 and it starts counting from today. So you have 14 days. I wanted to do 7 before, but I looked at TMO in my spirit. I'm like, my boss is nice. He would think that this thing is true. So let's make it 14 days. Yes, that's true. She reduced the price. It was originally something more than this. I will not tell you the amount so that people will not say, "I bought that for." So please clap for her. She reduced the price actually. And then late registration. So that means if you do not make it in within 14 days from now, late registration is 78,800. Till Jality, it will be complete with the 800 naira involved. So the Realtor Certification Program 2.0, we are good to go. So I just wanted to quickly do this so before the event starts so that we don't take much for me. I've tried. So at this point, I now have the I read myself very well. I want to call you a guy, you have to be careful. I have the special honor. The lady that like 1,000 people have asked me, isn't that lady on TV? That TVCRB, it looks like Tope. I've gotten that so many times. And many of us here are also actually here because she has a very strong personal brand, very strong presence. The only person who has a Facebook page that is 270 something thousand, but is not really on Facebook like that. And I am beefing her because I feel like I should collect that page, but nobody knows me here. Please welcome our CEO and founder of Rep360, Mrs. Tope Mark.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm not going to beef you, but I am angry small. So, thank you all so much for braving the rain. I know that for many of you, how many of you left the house when it was raining? It was raining when you left. Wow. Please give yourselves a round of applause. I met someone in the office. The person showed up really early, extra early, and I was telling her, I said, God sees your effort. All you need to do is apply the things you've learned, and we will testify with your results this year. At least I'm seeing his face. He's one of the, we have a few testimonies, people that attended trainings like this, and within a month or two, they saw commissions that they didn't expect. I'll start with that. So this morning I was chatting with someone, and the person told me that she just paid out commission of 9 million naira. The 9 million was 10% as commission to someone that just sold the property. So in my head, maybe I just said, let me type it into my team group. Who is receiving this testimony? And the truth is, people are collecting that kind of money every other day. Every other day, people are collecting that kind of money. The reason we attend programs like this is to demystify the possibility of you making that kind of money easily. My personal goal is to raise 1 million millionaires, and I believe it is possible. I believe it is possible to do it legitimately in Nigeria. Not that you have to mix things together, connect with different people, join any cult group, sign any deal. I believe that we can have 1 million people in Nigeria who are making millions on a regular basis through real estate. So 1 million millionaires is a project that I am on. It is why we're doing these trainings, a lot of trainings back to back, because knowledge is what unlocks the door. What you know is like the key. Of course, you still need to turn the knob. That knob is you acting on the knowledge, but the knowledge is that key that would help you unlock the door to wealth. So, thank you for investing in yourself and showing up. More importantly, please don't just take this knowledge passively. Statistically, very few people actually attend programs and are transformed by a transformative program. Like this program has capacity to transform, but yes, statistically, barely 10% actually get transformed. The results now shows, and you are wondering what happened to 90%? What happened to 90%? How come it is just a few people that you then see that change in their life? It's because many people just mark the register when it comes to life. So I don't want you to be here to mark the register. Majority of you braved the rain. Majority of you have made sacrifice to be here today. Don't joke with the time you have here. Don't be distracted. I know it is when she wants to drop one wisdom, you'll not be feeling pressed. You want to go and use the toilet. You know that there's something else involved that does not want you to hear what she wants to say. Or they will not start calling you and pressuring you. You know there's something about to distract you from what you want to hear. So I'll be very, very grateful that we pay attention. And more importantly, at the end of this training, have your action points. Like, these are the things I want to act upon. Not what I said. I don't want you to write what I said. I don't want to write what she said. I want you to write what you will act upon amongst all the things that has been said. It's a decision. Decision determines destiny. You make a decision today. From today, based on what TMO said, I am going to start doing A, B, C, D every day. That's the difference between that 10% and the remaining 90%. So I want you to be ready to make that decision today. Make a list of things you're going to do at the end of the day and consistently do it for the next 30 days. Then come back and tell me if your commission is the same as what you were earning before. It's impossible for you to consistently do the things we share and you will see results in your account balance. That's the truth about life. So I will not be the one to, I don't want to, she's been around and she has prepared for us. She has prepared for us. So I have, the thing is, I met Baby Clement at my first biggest, at the time, it was my biggest speaking platform. Yeah, it was my first biggest speaking platform. And at that event, they're like, oh, Baby Clement is coming from the UK to speak to us. And it was a phenomenal engagement. Now, the truth about life is, I had to continue growing. If I just stayed with who I was and what knowledge I had then, as compared to who I am now, our relationship would be different. At the time, I met her, got her number, but I didn't have the liver to engage and have the kind of conversations I wanted to have. You know how you meet some of your people that you admire, and even though they are very nice and welcoming, something inside you does not just give you the confidence to approach and ask or do things because you just have not become. But when you go on that journey to become the higher level and higher version of yourself, you would have the confidence to have relationship with people that you used to look up to. And they would talk to you with respect, with honor, because of who you have become. I have people I talk to today that I could not call their phone 3 years ago. And now they will call me. And they're like, you're so busy nowadays. I see all the things you are doing. But 3 years ago, they will never pick my phone. They'll reply me with a text message at the best. So the version of you that you're going to become after this program would open doors for you with people that you have admired from afar, and they would honor that person more than the way you are being honored right now. So this is me welcoming someone I've honored. I read her CV then, and I was like, wow, when am I going to reach this level? And now she's chosen to honor. This is not the kind of gathering she speaks at. Please don't make any mistake about it. This is a very small meeting. And I was telling her, I said, it's a small meeting. Small. I hope you don't mind. I would have loved to bring you for our massive conference, but this, you are blessed. Say, I am blessed. Honestly, I'm not saying it to sort of ginger you you are actually blessed. You need to go to our Instagram page and see what she charges for the session she takes. So say it again, I am blessed.
I am blessed.
I am about to receive value. And I will use the value for good. The value I will receive now will transform my life for good. I want you to give a round of applause. Let me read your CV, please. Please quickly give my phone. Let me read her profile. Sorry. I didn't transfer it from that. I don't want to seem like I'm just speaking English. I learned that from Tara. I was going to invite her to an event. I was emceeing the event, and they were like, "Oh, we can't find your CV. We can't find your CV." They said, "Let her just stand." She said, "No. Read my CV so that people have an understanding. Read my profile so that people have an understanding of who they are going to be collecting something from, the value." Baby Clement is a first-class corporate trainer and international speaker with amazing presence. She is the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur, which is on the recommended list of an MBA program at the University of Sussex. With over 6,000 copies sold, her latest book is Wealth Creation God's Way. Every one of you should buy that book out there. Everyone. She is a visiting lecturer at Byers, former Class Business School, City University of London, where she lectures on professional business skills. She has extensive experience of working with senior management teams and delivering high-quality training programs to develop and implement leadership and management skills. Her main area of expertise are business startup and entrepreneurship, leadership and governance, and public speaking. Bebe is an entrepreneur. She runs a group of small companies covering a range of industries. She has been a trainer for Crown Agents Global, Knowledge Academy, Makeaway Consulting, the Street University Kenya, Institute of Chartered Accountants UK. She has provided training for the following clients, amongst others: the Nigerian Armed Forces, Genstar, Church of England Senior Clergy, Church of England Senior Clergy leadership training as well as speaking skills, University, the Street University Kenya. See, her personal philosophy of put your signature on life continues to inspire and motivate people to live outstanding lives, irrespective of the hand life has dealt at them. So, irrespective of the hand life has dealt you so far, whatever your experience has been in the past, when you finish listening to Baby today, you will understand the importance of putting your signature on life. Don't let life put its signature on you. Please give a round of applause. Please stand on your feet as we welcome.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the honor of being here, and it is genuinely an honor. You know, Tima has been so gracious, she really has. But what she doesn't know is that I was panic practicing this morning because, as she said, we first met, I think it was 2018, and we were speaking on the same platform. And when I listened to her speak, I still have the notes. When I listened to her speak, I was like, wow. And I can still remember the title. It had that strong an impression upon me. The title was Flip It. I can still remember. But I took in so much that day. So when she contacted me to come and speak, I was like, oh, girl, you really have to up your game. So I was practicing first thing this morning. So here I am. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. All right, we've got a lot of work to do. And I've been told I have free reign. So I will take my time, but I'll try not to bore you. I like conversations as opposed to monologues. So if I ask you a question, please respond, and we'll see how far we go. Okay? But it will definitely help you. That I know it will be life-changing. I know that. Okay. So welcome to Increasing Sales and Productivity Through Relationship Selling. Relationship selling. Please take notes. You'll need them. Okay. All right. Am I doing it right? Who's saying this? Sorry, who's handling? Okay, cool. All right. So you've heard a little bit about who I am. Can I ask that you take a minute to connect with me online? I spend most of my time, to be honest, on Instagram and LinkedIn. I hardly ever go to Facebook. I think it's a waste of my time. But yeah, can I ask that you connect? And that's because I'm always putting things out there that are going to help you in your business and your life's journey as a whole. So please connect with me now. Take a minute to do that.
Follow. I'm watching the page. No.
And while we're having the talk, if you want to take pictures or whatever, please tag me. Let the world know that we're having a great time here. Okay? Okay, we good? Are we good? Yes. Okay, cool. Let's go. Right. When you think of the concept of selling, what images or words or emotions come to mind? When you think about selling, just raise your hand. What emotions or concepts come to mind? Yes. Did somebody raise their hand there? If you don't raise your hand, I'll start picking people. Anybody? You're all in sales, so you should be able to tell me. Yes, go on.
Will the people accept what I want to say?
Will the people accept what I want to say? So you're already cautious. Will they accept what I want to say? Anything else? Yes.
How much can I make?
I like that. How much can I make? Yes.
My targeted audience.
Yes. My targeted audience. Okay. Yep.
What are my prospects?
What are my prospects? What are my prospects? Yes. That's an important question. Yes.
So this is not what I think now. This is what I used to think.
Okay.
So whenever we hear selling back in the days, we used to think of this very annoying, loud, sweaty human being who is just going to be on your neck until you buy. That's what I think.
Yes. Yes. There are a lot of negative connotations connected to selling. The fear of rejection is a huge one and often stops us from selling. What if they say no? What if they laugh? What if they're rude? What if I mess up? All those kind of things were emotions that we think about. And the image that you gave, I thought was really good. A sweaty guy that's just going to be wasting my time and talk and talk and talk. I thought it was a really good image, yes. All right, I don't know if it's my nail. Towards the laptop. Okay. Nope. Okay. Now, we are all in sales now. So let's get past the fear. We are all in sales now. Actually, I want you to say that. After 3, 2, 3. We are all in sales now. All of us. So the ways in which we sell in our everyday lives. You know what? Can you just change it for me? It's what, sorry? Oh, I see. Is that what it is? Oh, okay. Yeah, just change it from there. Okay. 1, a job interview. You're selling. What are you selling? Yes, you're selling you. You're selling you and the skills that you have. So job interviews, we're selling. Next. Dealing with your kids. You're selling. Sweetheart, go and study. Stop watching Netflix. Go and study. You are selling a lifestyle to them that if you study hard, you'll do well in life. You're selling. Don't hang out with that friend. Hang out with this one. You're selling. You're selling. Next. Preaching, whether you like it or not, preaching is selling. What are we selling? We're selling Jesus. Yes, we're selling Jesus. Whether you like it or not, that is what is being sold. He's the commodity. Preaching. Okay. Teaching. You're selling. Whenever I stand before a group of people, I am selling concepts to them. That if you listen to what I'm saying and you apply it to your life, this is the outcome that's likely going to happen. You're selling. Next. In the medical field, they're selling. When a doctor says to you, stop smoking because you'll have cancer if you don't, he's selling. He's selling a lifestyle to you. Now, the reason why I do that is to get past the fear. Because otherwise, like we said, people are generally afraid of selling. But we're all in sales now. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of. You've got what it takes to sell. You've got what it takes. Trust me. Because you're selling all the time. It's just that you're not aware that that's what you're doing. But you're selling all the time. So there's nothing to be afraid of. We're all in sales. Okay? All right. Now, there is a new concept of selling. And this will help you. There's a new concept of selling. Selling today is making people aware of a gap between where they are and where they want to be, and helping them understand that your product or your service is the bridge to get them there. This is the new concept of selling. So the picture that my brother painted over there about the sweaty guy breathing down your neck and all that, that's gone. We're not doing that no more. This is the new concept of selling. Where is the client in their life or in their finances? Where do they want to be? And how do I let them know that my product and my service is the bridge to get them there? So the first thing that you have to think about is educating the client as to where they are is not where they're supposed to be. Because oftentimes they don't know. Oftentimes they don't know. If you watch a lot of young people waste their time watching movies, chasing women, blah, 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 they don't understand that the time that they're investing in doing that they should be using to invest in doing something with their life is going to cost them in the future. They don't understand. So as a parent, you have to educate your children that the way you're going, if you're not careful, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be 30 and you're going to have nothing to show for it. You're selling. So you who are in the real estate industry, you have to be able to show your clients by some of the things that you say to them that where they are is not where they want to be. So it might well be that there are people who want to build generational wealth. But right now they don't have shishi. But they want to build generational wealth. They want to be financially free. You have to be able to show them that investing in real estate is the bridge to getting them to become financially free. All right? That's how I want you to start thinking. It will change the way you approach your clients. Trust me. Trust me. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, you have the solution. Therefore, you have the power. So don't be afraid of rejection if they say no. Don't be afraid of that. You have what they're looking for. They may not realize it, but you have what they're looking for. The important thing is for you to be able to relay that information to them. That I got what you need to get you where you want to go. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Feel free to stop me at any time if you've got any questions. I'm good. Okay, let's go. Now, we are now in what we call the era of relationship selling. Relationship selling. Now, those of you who are quite young, you might find this a bit difficult to understand because you guys have grown up with technology. But for those of us who are old, technology is still relatively new to us. Now, what used to happen, has anybody ever heard the concept caveat emptor? Does anybody know what that means? What does it mean?
It means buyer beware.
It means buyer beware. Thank you very much. It means buyer beware. And this was a concept that was very, very strong pre-internet days. Because what used to happen was whenever you wanted to buy a product or a service, the buyer was totally dependent on the seller for the information about that product. Because you didn't have any information. So for instance, if I wanted to go and buy a new car, I would go to the car showroom and I just tell the car salesman, I want to buy a new car. I'm a mother of 2 and I want to buy a new car. And then I was totally dependent on whatever he told me about the car. Okay, this car has 800 horsepower, goes from 0 to 60 in 30 seconds. It is durable. It is child friendly. I don't know whether he's telling me the truth, whether he's telling me rubbish. There's nothing I can do. But I was totally dependent on whatever he told me to make the decision as to buy the car because I had no knowledge. The internet has changed all that. It's changed all that. And if you're not careful, your clients have even more information about your industry than you do. So you got to up your game. You really have to up your game. So what has now happened is there has been a shift from the product, because what they used to push was the product. The shift has now moved from the product to the person who wants to buy the product. Because they are now the ones with the power. Previously, the product was the issue. Now, because there is so much information, and there are other things that having that knowledge and information has given the client. One of the things that it has given the client is it has given the client options, which they never used to have. But it's given the client options. The client now has an opinion, which they never used to have before. So previously, let's take an example from the medical field. So previously, if you went to the doctor, if a Mr. Smith, I hope there's no Mr. Smith in the room. Okay. If Mr. Smith went to the doctor and the doctor said, oh, Mr. Smith, we found a lump in your testicles. Sorry, you have 6 months to live because you have cancer. The next thing is Mr. Smith just goes home, tells his family, and sits down and waits for death. But now, when you tell Mr. Smith, the doctor tells Mr. Smith that Mr. Smith says, why am I going to die? They're doing some research in China on stem cells. So let's go and find out about that research. I'm not accepting that. The client now has an opinion. The client now has a conscience. So when you say, oh, I'm a coffee seller, my coffee is really good. Okay, that's fine. But where do you source your coffee from? I source it from Kenya. Okay, how much do you sell the coffee pickers in Kenya? They now want to know. The client has grown a conscience. And so the nature of the client has totally changed. And you must be aware of that. Otherwise, they will outrun you every time. Every time. So now we have shifted from the product, we've shifted from buyer beware to caveat vendita. Vendita comes from the root word vendor, to the seller, or to the buyer, to the buyer. So now we have to build a relationship with the person that wants to buy. Now, going forward from today, I want you to think about your relationship with your clients just like a guy is chasing a chick. So a guy meets a girl today, he says hello, she says hello back. And then maybe tomorrow they meet again, they exchange phone numbers. After that day, if he calls her up in the evening and says, okay, tomorrow I want to take you to go meet my mother, she'll be like, huh? Why? What have we done in the last 48 hours that would warrant me going to meet your mother? It's the same thing with selling. It's the same thing with selling. We have a tendency, once we see a client or meet a client, to start rattling off all the things that we can do. Oh, you come to our company. This is what we can do for you. We can sell this land. And the client is like, whoa, we've only just met. We've only just met. So I need you to start thinking like this is a relationship. And you've got to be willing to put in the work to build the relationship. Forget the products for now. Build the relationship with the person that wants to buy. Forget the product. So, for example, I go to quite a few networking events. I might go to a networking event and meet a potential client. And we talk and we like each other and we exchange business cards. Within 24 hours, that client will get an email from me. That email will be very, very breezy. It won't be, there's no hardcore selling or anything at all. In fact, I might not even mention my business. I'll just say, hi, I'm Bibi Clement. We met at this event. It was really nice speaking with you. It would be nice to stay in touch. I just thought I'd say hello. In the meantime, here's the link to my website. If you see anything on there that you think we can help you with, don't hesitate to let me know. That's it. I've not spoken about my business. I've not told them I want to sell them anything. I've done nothing. Just made that initial contact. Maybe a week, 2 weeks later, I might call them. Well, I probably won't call them, but send another email. And I'd say, oh, this is Bibi. Just wanted to say hi. What's happening in your end? What's happening in your business? That opens a conversation. So they will inevitably write back, say, oh, Bibi, hi, thanks for getting in touch. You know what? Things are really tough in my business right now. This, that, and the other. I say, okay. So well, what's the problem? What are you having problems with? And if they tell me what the problem is, if it's something I can do personally, then I will do it to assist them. If I can't do it personally, I will look for someone who can solve that problem for them. I will look for them. Write this down. You are in the business of solving problems and meeting needs. If you are not able to do either of those two things, you will not be in business for long. You are in the business of solving problems and meeting needs. So I'll find someone that can solve that problem for them. Inevitably, now they're beholden to me. Bibi, thank you so much. That person that you recommended to me, she was so good. Of course, I'd have told that person, listen, this is a potential client. Be really nice to her, help her, that kind of thing. So she said, oh, Bibi, thank you so much. That person was really good. They did this for me. They did that for me. That was really nice of you. I said, okay, that's fine. I'll leave it. I've still not mentioned my business. Then maybe a couple of weeks later, I might just say, you know what, I'm in your neck of the woods next week. It would be nice if we could meet for a coffee, something like that. And then we meet for a coffee. And maybe at this point, obviously we start talking about what do you do, what do I do, that kind of thing. And then we can do that. Before we get to that point, I would have been listening to some of the things that that client is saying that might be a potential area that I can assist with. You've got to actively listen, just like in a relationship, a guy-girl relationship. You've got to actively listen to what that person is saying. Active listening is vital. And active listening includes watching their body language. Watching their body language. And being able to interpret it. Now, I want to quickly talk about email etiquette, because this is all part of your work and building a relationship with the client. The rules or the laws of email etiquette dictate that you match the energy of the person that you are engaging with, that you're communicating with. So if, for instance, I write you a letter or an email and I sign the email, yours sincerely, Mrs. Bibi Clement, what am I saying to you? What am I saying to you? Any ideas? About the nature of our relationship at this stage. Formal. It's formal. At this stage, it is formal. There is a distance between us. It is purely professional. So when you are responding, please do not respond with dear Bibi or hi. That will immediately annoy me, because we don't have that kind of relationship yet. Maybe down the line, fine. But right now, I have told you the kind of relationship I want us to have because I've signed it. Yours sincerely, Mrs. Bibi Clement. It doesn't get any more formal than that. And you have to pick up on those kind of things, because you'd be amazed how important those kind of things are. So you've got the message now, okay, right now we're on a professional footing, that's fine. And you respond accordingly. Dear Mrs. Clement, all right? Okay. So let's go. We've discussed that. Yep, we've done that. So new rules apply. Okay. One of the things that you need to be able to do is to identify the decision maker. Identify the decision maker. Now, oftentimes in your industry, when you go and show a client or potential client land or property, sometimes you will have a couple, husband and wife. And because our culture is very male dominated, we often address the guy because we think the guy is the one with the money and the guy is the one with the decision power. Let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, particularly when it comes to buying a home, even if the guy is paying, the woman is the one with the power. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. I've seen people lose sales because they were pandering to the wrong person. Pandering to the wrong person. So find out who exactly is the decision maker, and it might not immediately be obvious. All right? Next. Build a relationship with the client. We've done that. Now, building a relationship with the client, for me, is limitless. And it's not a one-off thing. It's something that you have to continuously do. Those of you who are married, you know that even when you're married, in fact, the work has just started when it comes to building the relationship. If you want to, stay married for long, you've got to continuously build the relationship. You can't just say, well, I'm married and sit there and be getting fat. You have to continuously build the relationship. So it's the same thing. In building the relationship with the client, it's the same thing. So be proactive in looking for opportunities to build that relationship. And I'll give an example. A few years ago, I was doing some coaching for some business owners in the UK. And I had a program that I was doing I was doing business mentoring for them. So it's a 6-week course, and I meet with them in person for 1 hour a week. Now, I have 3 packages, the gold, the silver, and the bronze. The gold, of course, is very expensive. And they know that. That's fine. They sign up. Now, I had a particular lady who was one of my clients. And she told me one day, we were about 3-4 weeks in, and she told me, she said, Bibi, I'm sorry, next week I'm not going to be able to come. I just have some personal thing that I need to deal with. So I said, okay. And I was wondering, why would you sign up, pay this amount of money, and then miss a session or something like that? So I went on her Facebook page. And while I was looking through her Facebook page, I couldn't find anything. And then she was speaking to someone sent her a message, and she was speaking to someone, and she said, it's my daughter's birthday on Saturday. Now, this is where active listening is important, and building the relationship is important. So during the time that me and her were doing coaching, of course, we had had some personal conversations, and she had told me that she has only one child, and that it had taken her quite a few years to have that child. So when I saw that she was having, her daughter was having a birthday, I thought, that's the reason this girl is not coming. So I thought, okay, what can I do? So I went shopping. And I bought a very expensive, beautiful dress for her daughter. And I had it specially wrapped and packaged the day of her birthday. So it arrived on Saturday morning. Her daughter opened it. Immediately, I got a phone call. Baby, how did you even know? I said, don't worry. She said, oh my God, this dress is beautiful. Oh my God. Do you know what? My daughter doesn't even want to wear the dress that I bought her for her birthday. She wants to wear this dress. She was ecstatic. This was on a Saturday. Monday morning, I got a phone call from somebody I didn't know. Hi, are you Bibi Clement? I said, yes. She said, Mrs. So-and-so rang me. She said I should sign up for your gold package. She didn't even say, what do you do? How much is it? She didn't even ask me how much it was. She just said, Mrs. So-and-so said I should ask for the gold package. That's it. 48 hours. How much did the dress cost me? Maybe £100. Finish. The whole thing probably cost me maybe £120. But I know how much money I made from this client signing up. Why? Because I was building the relationship. You've got to be innovative. If I were you, I'm sure you have a database of clients, and if you don't have a database of clients, get into the habit of doing that. But take note of certain things, especially things like birthdays. If it's just a text, we just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, hope you have a great time, blah, blah. They love things like that. When you sell a house, make sure you give them something for the home. Even if it's a bottle of champagne on ice that's ready and it's waiting there for them. All right, go the extra mile. You've got to go the extra mile. It is relationship selling. Now, another thing you need to do is find out their objections, their biases, and their preferences. So let's deal with objections. Objections are what would make this client say no? What would make them say no? And start thinking of how can I move them from a no to a yes? What would make them say no? Is it the price? Is it the location? What would make them say no? The next thing is find out their biases. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you see, what makes people buy is not what's going on in here. It's not the brain. We're not logical buyers. We buy with our emotions. We purchase with emotions, especially when it comes to something like property, because you're going to live your life there. You're going to raise your children there, and things like that. It's an emotional purchase. So people have certain biases and preferences that they will not tell you about, but will affect the sale. So your job, again, is to be active listening here, because you'll be amazed. You think A is the issue. Has nothing to do with A. It might be B. So I was speaking a few days ago at another property company, and the lady was saying that she has noticed that a certain group of, a certain tribe of purchasers, I won't mention the tribe, but a certain tribe of purchasers, the men do not like women telling them about property. And I'm sure you know who they are, but yes, they don't like women telling them about property. They don't want a woman to show them around the property. Because in their culture, women and land have no business. Now, he will not tell you that. But it's a bias that will stop you from buying. So once you recognize that kind of thing, you deal with it. So if I knew that, okay, this guy, Chief so-and-so, they don't like women telling them about land, I will have a guy take him. I will assign a guy throughout the whole process. It will be a guy that will be talking to him. Find out their biases. Find out their preferences. Talk less, listen more. We have a tendency to do the reverse. To talk, and don't listen. But if you talk less and you listen more, you will discover more information. The more information you have, the more power you have. And the more power you have, the more likely you use that power to get them to the sale. So talk less and listen more. I actually do something now whereby when a client wants to hire me, I go and see them or we have a meeting. And that first meeting, I'm just listening to what they want. I've actually put a questionnaire together now. What is it that you need? What would look like a successful seminar to you? What would you need to see to be able to say, actually, that was worthwhile? I ask all kinds of questions. I ask things like, are there going to be more men than women or more women than men? Because that will affect the kind of PowerPoint I do, because colors have an effect on you and they affect men and women differently. So if I know it's going to be all guys, I won't use this. I know what to use because they have an effect on you. The same thing happens in the sale process. There are some things that affect people in such a way that it will prevent them from buying. So you must be aware of that. Ask questions, as many as possible. Now, one of the best questions to ask is what? What do you think?
What's your budget?
That's a good question to ask. Yes, definitely. But what's another good question to ask?
How will you find us?
The budget is a good question to ask. The initial question to have. In fact, actually, you must have asked that question because there's no point in me showing you houses in Banana Island when you have only 30 million for Sulu. There's no point. So that's a good question to ask. Why? Why is a good question to ask. Why are you buying? Why are you buying here? Why are you buying now? You'd be amazed. Why are you buying now will reveal a whole lot of stuff that you would never have thought of. Why? So the questions such as why reveal the reasoning behind the action. And it's the reasoning that's really important. And that question will also reveal to you what exactly the client needs. Not what you think they need. What does the client need? And sometimes it's not even the property of the land. There might be other things that they're looking for. So for instance, I might say I want to buy a house in Surulere. And it's not that I really want to live in Surulere, but Surulere has good roads. So actually, it is the roads I'm buying, not the property. So really, I couldn't really care less. One 2-bedroom flat is much the same as the other. But that road, I know is tarred and it won't affect my car. All right? So you must ask questions. I want you to write down. Does anybody know who Vusi Thembakweyo is? Yeah? Yes, South African guy. If you're not following him, please do. Now, Vusi said something recently. He said, people argue over price when you have failed to communicate the value of your product or service. People argue over price when you have failed to communicate the value of your product or service. Because really, price is forgotten very quickly when value is given. When value is given. Now, again, part of what you need to be able to do is to decipher, like I said earlier, what does the client really need? And what they need, like I said, may not be the property or the land. So for instance, let's say I said to you, you'd ask me, well, Mrs. Clement, what's your budget? And I say, well, my budget is 30 million. And you say, Mrs. Clement, I'm sorry, for 30 million, you're only going to get a 2-bedroom flat in Studio. Okay? But while we were talking, I had said to you, I have a daughter, and I'm committed to ensuring that my daughter has the best life possible because I came from a very poor family, and I don't want my daughter to go through the same thing that I went through. I want to be able to provide the very best for my daughter, which includes providing the best education. I'm committed to that. So let's say I was coming from the UK, I wanted to settle in Nigeria. My biggest problem was I want to make sure that my daughter gets the best education, blah, 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 but my budget is only 30 million. Meanwhile, you have a property in, I don't know, Lekki, that's 80 million, but you think it would be good for me. But you know that in 2 years' time, they are going to open the best school in Lagos, 2 miles radius of that house in Lekki. And I have told you that my biggest priority is my daughter, but my budget is 30 million. If I were you, this is what I would do. So she's going to go and see the property in Studiary. When she comes on the Monday morning, I'll say to her, Mrs. So-and-so, I know you said your budget is 30 million, but trust me. Do you trust me? Yes, trust me. Okay, good. I want to take you somewhere. I don't want you to say anything. I just want to take you somewhere and show you. So she says, okay. So I take her to Lekki. And she looks at the house and says, oh, wow, this is lovely. But I'm sure this is outside my budget. How much is this? You say 80 million. But I told you my budget was 30 million. Yes, I know you said your budget was 30 million. But you also said the most important thing to you in life was your daughter. And you were committed to your daughter having the best education. Mrs. Clement, 2 streets away, they're about to build the best school in Lagos. Guess whose daughter is already registered to go to that school? Someone's daughter is going to go to that school. Dangote's daughter is going to go to that school. She's already thinking, my daughter is going to be in the same class with Dangote's daughter. My daughter is going to be in the same class with the last daughter. Yeah. She will find the 80 million. Trust me, she will find it. You have to find out what exactly is the real problem here. And oftentimes it's not the money, and it's not even the property. What does the client need? What does the client need? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, I want you to think about the buying process like a 100-meter sprint. So over here, you have the client, and the process of buying has, you know, those hurdles that you have in a 100-meter sprint. They've got all those hurdles that they have to jump over. And then at the finish line, you are here with the product. Okay, so the client is over there. And then in order to get here, they have to jump over all those hurdles. Your job is to remove as many of those hurdles as possible for the customer so that they can run smoothly and quickly to the selling point. All right? Now, what is a hurdle? A hurdle can be anything. A hurdle could be that when I call your office, nobody tells me their name. So I don't know who I'm talking to. So I've done my story, and I've told them, and they say, okay, we'll get back to you, Mrs. Clement. And I'm waiting, nobody gets back to me. So tomorrow I ring again, and I say, I spoke to somebody yesterday. They say, but we don't know who you spoke to. And I have to go through my whole story again. That's a hurdle. That's a hurdle. So you might want to start doing this. I don't know, but it's up to you. You might want to start with, good afternoon. This is whatever company it is. You're speaking to BB Clement. How can I help you? So then if BB Clement doesn't get back to me, tomorrow when I ring, I can say, well, I've spoken to BB Clement and she said ABC. I don't want to have to be telling my story again. That's a waste of my time. Do you understand? So that might be a hurdle. And another hurdle might be like the one I gave earlier, that as a particular type of guy does not want a woman showing him the land. That might be a hurdle. So I'd remove that and assign a guide to him throughout the whole process. I'll let him know that a particular member of staff will be dealing with you, sir, throughout the whole process. I've removed the hurdle. Because once I get stuck on a hurdle, once I fall on a hurdle, the chances of me getting up and getting to this bit are diminished. They're diminished. So your job is to remove as many hurdles as possible. I want you to take a few minutes and just think about, in your role, what are the hurdles that you have identified that you can start removing? It might well be that one of your clients only speaks a particular language. Maybe I only speak Hausa, and you don't speak Hausa. So rather than say, "Oh, I can't understand what you're talking about," I'll look for someone who can speak Hausa. Okay? I'll give an example in our business. One of the businesses that we run is a law firm in London. And we had our law firm in a very good location. It was in a shopping mall. It was opposite a shopping mall. So it was a really good location. But the entrance to our office was at the back of the building. So we would have clients who would come and they'd be standing in front of our office and say, "Look, I can see your office board, but I can't find the entrance." So we'd have to tell them, "Oh, you just come around the back," or I'd have to send my secretary to go down and get them. That was a hurdle. So in the end, we moved office. Because not every client has the time to be saying, "Oh, I can't find the place." They'll just go. They haven't got time. They'll go. So that's a hurdle. I want to give you a couple of minutes. Start thinking about your role and the hurdles that you've identified that you can think going forward, I need to remove. Let's go. Write them down. Are we good? Yeah? Ready? Okay, cool. Does anybody want to share any of the hurdles that they identified? Yes. Yes, that is a huge hurdle. A huge hurdle. You have to manage clients' expectations. I think I'm going to mention that somewhere. You have to manage clients' expectations. So if you know that you cannot call back the same day, let them know that you're not going to call back the same day. But don't tell a client, "I will call you within an hour, and tomorrow morning I'm still waiting for that call." I will never hire you. Never. Because it means you don't value me as a client. If you value me as a client, you won't treat me that way. So it's the same thing. Again, we're in the age of what? Relationship selling. So if you tell a chick that I'll call you later and she's still waiting till tomorrow, she'll go for another boyfriend. Okay? So remove as many hurdles. Does anybody else want to share any hurdles? Yes.
That's language barriers.
Language barriers. Yeah. A language barrier can be a hurdle. Yeah. Don't sabotage a sale just because you can't do it. So if you can't do it, give it to a colleague. You don't lose anything. You don't lose anything. Believe me. You don't lose anything. Yes.
And can find your preferences ahead of time and help.
Yes. Yes. Being able to identify their preferences ahead of time and be able to help. Yes. Remember, your job is to solve problems and to meet needs. Now, let me say something. in this day and age, even though you might be employees or whatever, you have to start thinking like an entrepreneur. You have to start thinking like an entrepreneur, irrespective of whether you have a job. Now, why do I say that? Because you have to look at your business like the trunk of a tree. This is the main part of my business. I mean property development. Fine. But start looking at how you can grow branches from your business and develop different income streams. And that only happens when you are listening to what your client needs and identify it. So say, for example, you are dealing with the diaspora. So somebody comes from the UK and wants to buy property here. Oftentimes, when we come here, we don't have transport. I'm using my cousin's car. Oftentimes, when we come here, we don't have transport. So that's a barrier. That's a hurdle. So if I were you, I would make sure that, let's say we were supposed to go and view the property at 10 o'clock, and I know she hasn't got transport. I'd hire a car or make sure that there's a car at her doorstep by 8 o'clock to take her there. Now, if you begin to see the same pattern emerge over time, that is an income stream. That is an income stream that you can provide transport for people from the diaspora. You've got to start thinking like an entrepreneur. How much is your boss going to pay you? They can't pay you millions. How much are they going to pay you? So you've got to start thinking like an entrepreneur. And I'm telling you, your job will become more enjoyable when you start thinking like that. You will get a lot more out of it. And your boss will get a lot more out of it as well. So if I were you, I'd go to my boss and say, listen, this group of people, I've noticed that whenever they come to Nigeria, they don't have a car. Let's have a car hiring aspect of our business. That's an income stream. It might not be property, but it's an income stream. And it can be a very lucrative one. Very lucrative one. That's just an example. All right, let's go. Do we have any questions, actually? Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I wanted to ask a question on the issue of building a relationship.
Yeah.
How do you build a relationship with a client that is not readily available?
It's not readily available.
Somebody who's scared, somebody who's not, you can't just say, let's appointment, so it's very busy.
Okay.
One. Secondly, something that I'm not been working for me, like appreciating the client. In most cases, when I do it, normally I appreciate people with anything.
You what? Sorry?
I appreciate people with anything. Everyone is thank you for telling me thank you means a lot to me.
Yes.
The question is, most clients are appreciated in my business, take it for granted. As in, you don't get the restoration of your gesture, but like just you don't waste the money or the waste. I don't know, maybe to speak in future, but personally, I don't see.
Okay. Let me answer the second one first. Let me answer the second one first. Okay. One of the things that I have learned about dealing with wealthy people, and this is something I've learned only in recent years, wealthy people love getting something for nothing. They love getting something for nothing. Because 9 times out of 10, people who hang around wealthy people are always looking for something. And so, in fairness to them, they're already suspicious. So the fact that you're even being nice, they're thinking, what does he want? What does he need? And they're fed up. They always think there's a hidden motive. But I'm telling you, if you provide excellent service and they don't owe you anything and you don't owe them anything, but you go the extra mile. I mean, like if I've already bought the house from you, I bought the house 2 years ago. The relationship from that regard has ended. But I got a text from you saying, I know it's your birthday today, happy birthday. That will say something to me. It will definitely say something to me. I don't have to reciprocate, but I'm telling you, it will say something. So don't hesitate to do that. But your motives have to be right as well. I think it's almost like people can detect when I think people can pick that kind of thing up. Your motives have to be right. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not selling you anything. I genuinely value the relationship. That's it. It's like when you buy your wife a surprise gift. You know the effect that it has now is different than when you buy her a gift on her birthday. It has a different effect because there's no motive here. Although for guys, there's usually a motive, but you know what I mean. Okay. So yeah, what was the first question? I do apologize. I'm getting old.
Being in a relationship with a client that
That's not available. Right. Okay. How do you relate with them anyway? How do you communicate with them?
maybe WhatsApp,
What's up? Okay. And they don't respond or what?
someone respond. When I say somebody is not ready, let me go precisely.
Yeah.
I live in an open environment, not a regulated estate like this. And when you identify people who can be your client, not go to a real estate, and their door is always locked, their gate is always locked. You don't get access. They're not the type that can just go knock their doors. You just have to be on appointment or being referred to. How do you be in such people? You just look at them and say hi, but that closeness
Yeah.
is not there.
Do you know what? I would look for people who surround them. I wouldn't even go to them. I look for people who surround them. For instance, the last time I was in Nigeria earlier this year, I went to preach somewhere, and the gate man of the church that I went to preach was lamenting to my driver about how badly he was being treated and how little money he was earning. And my driver told me about it because he knows the kind of person I am. So he told me about it, and we did something about it. Now, that happened because my driver has my ear. My driver has my. That gate man would never have been able to approach me directly. No way. But my driver has my ear. I would approach the gate man if I were you. If I know the house, I'd approach the gate man or somebody like that. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would look for those who are around them and have their ear. That's what I do. Even if it's the schedule that I need to know, I'd find out. That's what I do. A friend of mine, it's interesting that you said that actually. A friend of mine a few years ago wanted to come to Nigeria and start a magazine. And he knew in his mind the kind of people he wanted to sell that magazine to. He wanted to sell it to the uber rich. But unfortunately for him, he didn't know any uber rich people. So he thought, okay, so what do I do? He started doing some market research. He knew the kind of the Dangote or $10 kind of people that he wanted to sell it to. So he discovered that the kind of people he wanted to sell it to were members of a particular club. So he went to the club. He didn't have, it's not the kind of club that you can just walk off the street and come in, but he knew someone that was a member. So he asked that one, you're allowed to bring in a guest, I think one guest a month or something like that. So he asked that person to bring him in as a guest. So he went in as a guest. The next thing he did was he befriended the bartending staff and he put them on his payroll. He put them on his payroll. So what he would do is he would give them a copy of the magazine. And so when General so-and-so comes into the club and the bartender is serving his drink, the bartender will bring the magazine and will say, oh, General so-and-so, have you seen this new magazine? I'm sure you'd like it, and drops it on the table. Then General so-and-so will look at it, and then the bartender will come back later and say, did you read the magazine? Say, yes, I flipped through. What did you think? Because my friend didn't know what do uber rich people read. He wasn't sure. So he said, what did you think? He said, oh, I like this article, but I didn't like that one. I didn't think this was good. And based on the feedback he was getting, he began to do the magazine accordingly. Okay, this is what rich people like. Okay, I started to, write the magazine according to the feedback that he was getting. Then what would then happen was he would go to the club because now he was, he wasn't a member, but he was able to get in a bit more because the bartending staff are now on his payroll, so they would let him in. So he now come in, and then the bartender would go and meet General so-and-so because the bartender knows that every Thursday, General so-and-so is here. So we go and meet General so-and-so. General so-and-so, you know that magazine I gave you the other day? Yes. The publisher is here. Can I ask him to come over and meet you? And that was how my friend got into those circles. And now he doesn't even sell the magazine. He doesn't need to sell it. He gives them for free. They advertise in it. It's the adverts that pay. The rich advertise in the magazine, so he doesn't sell it. And it only gets circulated amongst a few. That's it. Look for the people who have their ear. Did you get anything out of that? Cool. All right, now go back one. Go back one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now this is quite important. This is an old marketing concept, but it's still very, very relevant. And I want you to apply it. Selling features versus benefits. Features versus benefits. Now, you know, I said earlier that people do not buy with their brain, they buy with their emotions. They buy with their emotions. That's why when they want to sell a sports car, the target audience usually for a sports car is a middle-aged guy who is having a midlife crisis. That's the target audience for a sports car. So when they want to sell a car, you would think that they would sell the functionalities of the car. They would pop the hood and show you the engine and tell you this is where you put the oil, this is where you put the water, this is the horsepower that it has. They don't do that. What they do is they show you one very fine guy coming out of one really nice house, wearing a Rolex, and then dressed in an Armani suit, and then they show the car, and inside the car there's this really fine chick waiting for this guy to come and sit in the car, kind of thing. Why do they do that? Is it not the car you're selling? Because they know he's not even buying a car. He's buying all the dreams he had that never came to fruition. He's buying the fact that his children no longer respect him. He can't afford the car, but he's going to buy it because he's not actually buying a car. He's in a midlife crisis. He's panicking. That's why they do that. Now, take that concept. Features versus benefits. So let's say I was selling this laptop. I wanted to sell it to you. And I say to you, buy this laptop because it has 50 gigabytes. Now, I have no idea what a gigabyte is, but IT people are always talking about gigabytes. So it has 50 gigabytes. So buy this laptop. Now, somebody that says that to me, I'm like, okay, it's got 50 gigabytes. Good. But if I say to you, what's your name? Abiola. Okay. Abiola, do you have children? Yeah. Okay. Don't they grow up fast? Wouldn't it be nice if you could store all their pictures at different stages of their life in one place? Yes. This laptop can store 10,000 pictures at one time. I have said exactly the same thing. But the first one is a feature. The second one is a benefit. Oftentimes, we concentrate on features. You need to be looking for the benefits. That's what you sell. That's what you sell. We've spoken about this, solving a problem and meeting a need. Use positive language when you're speaking to clients. Positive language. Use a can-do language when you're speaking to clients. Even if you can't do, use the positive language when you're speaking. We may not be able to do that, but I'm sure we can do this instead. Positive language. Really important. Yes, I can. We will. Sure. No problem. Positive language. Ah, no. That is not the kind of language I want to hear. Let's go. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. Like with the example that I gave earlier about telling a new girlfriend or a new friend that just happens to be female that you want to introduce her to your mother, that will scare her on the second date. But after 2 years, if you tell her, let's go and meet my mother, she will run. And she's been dating you for 2 years. Oh yeah, let's hurry up. Timing is everything. Write this down. The fact that you are ready to sell does not mean that the client is ready to buy. So you're thinking about your commission. That's what you're thinking about. Let this guy hurry up. But the fact that you are ready to sell doesn't mean they're ready to buy. Not now does not mean not ever. Okay, it might just be not now. All right, we good? Okay. Stay in the client's consciousness. Stay in the client's consciousness. Are your media guys here? Your marketing and media guys, are they here?
Yes.
Okay, raise your hands. Let me see. Okay, good. This fits for you. Write this down. Attention is the new currency. Attention is the new currency. People are so distracted, it is unreal. And so you now have to be proactive in staying in the consciousness of the client. If you are posting, and I hope you are, if you're using social media, posting once a week is not going to do it. Honestly, it's not going to do it. And there are different ways in which you can use social media. Lots of ways in which you can use social media. So again, because people don't like being sold to, oftentimes when I'm selling something online, I might not even mention my business. So I might just be educating. So for instance, I have an event coming up soon, which of course I want people to attend. But in marketing for it, I'm not even mentioning the event. I might do, if you go online now, actually, if you go to Instagram or something like that, I might post 5 tips to networking, because it's a networking event. 5 tips to networking, and educate them about networking. And then at the end, I'll just put a link to the event. That's it. That's it. So there's so many ways in which you can use social media. But the aim should be this, that if people think about our industry, if our name is not the first company they think of, it's got to be the second. It's got to be the second. How do we achieve that? And you've got to be proactive about doing that. You can't sit in your office and expect that to happen. It doesn't happen like that. You've got to be proactive. So educating your client is a really, really good way to build the relationship. Not only does it build the relationship, but it builds trust in you, that you know what you're talking about. There's a guy on Instagram that I came across recently. You probably know him. Omonile lawyer. Do you know him?
Yes.
You know him? Okay. If you go on Instagram, he's there. That guy is very smart. Very, very smart. All he does is he tells horror stories about buying property in Nigeria. That's what he does. Tells horror stories. But in telling those horror stories, what he's telling the client is, this is what you need to avoid. This is what you need to be aware of. And in telling the clients, he's telling them that I know what you need to do. And in telling the client that I know what you need to do, he's saying that, so if you want to avoid all this nonsense, you need to hire me. Without ever saying, please hire me. He never says that. He just tells horror stories. That's all he does. If I were going to buy land in Nigeria, he's the first person I'd call. You must build up credibility with your clients. You must build up credibility. One of the ways in which you build up credibility is letting them know how long you've been doing what you do. So you're not some fly-by-the-night kind of company. We've been in business for the last 10 years successfully. And if you do have a success story, somebody sells, if somebody buys a property, put it on social media. Put it on social media. We've sold another one. I spoke somewhere yesterday. Was it yesterday? A couple of days ago. They sent me something to say, thank you very much. I immediately put it on social media. Another satisfied customer. So this company hired this girl. We'll call the secretary, yeah, hire this girl quickly. All right, you've got to be proactive. You've got to stay in their consciousness. Work that list or work that database. You need to be looking for repeat business. Oftentimes, we're searching for new customers all the time. You don't need to do that. If you provide good service and you build the relationship properly, you will get repeat business. And it's repeat business that pays the bills, not the new clients. It's repeat business. So I would, even if they bought the property, maybe all the clients that bought property in 2024, towards the end of 2025, I would give all of them a call or text them. Even if right now they're not in the market to buy another property, I would text them. How's the new house? I hope you guys are settled in now. What's the area like? Are you enjoying it? Blah, blah, blah. Is there anything that we can do to make your stay better? Yes, I know they've already bought the property and they've gone, but you never know what problem they have that you can solve, which might provide another income stream for your company. You know what? Our area is really nice, but when my car broke down, it was crazy. I had to walk to the bus stop. There's no shuttle service in this estate. That's a problem that you can solve. So if we invest in one small car that they can hire just within this estate, you make money. You make money. So you've got to stay in the client's consciousness. If I come to an event like this, I have it recorded, I put it on social media, let everybody know I'm in Nigeria, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing the other, blah, blah, blah. Some social media, text, newsletters, and you can make it fun. You can really make it fun. You could have something like a day in the life of a property developer and run that maybe every other day or something. If you can't do it every day, every other day. And it could be something very simple. It could be something like, I'm supposed to go and meet a client. I can't find my other shoe. It could be something humorous. That people, remember, people are buying with their emotions. Their emotions. So they're looking at it and they're laughing. I thought it was only me. See, this girl, she can't find her shoe. That kind of thing. It can be something really simple, but it builds a connection with the client and potential clients. More importantly, potential clients. It builds a connection with them. Yeah? All right. Or even educating other people in your industry. So it might be you had an experience with a client that was a bad experience, and you want to warn other property developers about the possibility of this happening for them. You may think you're giving away your secrets. Listen, forget all that. Forget all that. Be open with what you have. We have a tendency to hoard knowledge, to hoard information. I don't know why we're bothering with all that nonsense. Honestly. I have friends who say, I don't give them my slides. What are they going to do with their slides? Are they going to eat it? What are they going to do with their slides? The truth is the majority of them are not going to take action. That's the truth. So give them slides. Stay in the client's consciousness, social media, text, whatever. Do you guys have a newsletter? Ish. Okay. So let's move it from ish to yes. Let's get a newsletter going. Yeah, even if it's once a month, and it doesn't have to be onerous because people don't have that time, but it might just be 5 bullet points of something that's going on in the industry. Maybe the government has passed a new law about thingy. You're just telling them 5 points. All that you need to be aware about the new law on whatever. That's it. That's it. There are certain things that you do that do not necessarily immediately lead to money. But as time goes on, it does. It does. All right, next. Personify the product. Okay. So this is pretty much connected to the whole features and benefits thing. Because, particularly if it's a service, not so much in your industry because your industry is tangible and you can touch and feel and everything like that, but there's some services that are more, I don't know, intellectual kind of thing, and it's difficult for people to access it. But in your case, I'd say you're not just selling property. What you're actually selling is dreams. Yeah, you're selling dreams. And you have to paint the dream for the clients because they don't automatically get it. But you have, so the example I gave about the woman who has a child, that the child is her world, that kind of thing. The dream you are painting for her is a good education for her child, where her child will be able to network with the children of the rich. That's the dream. And you've got to paint it for her because she may not see it for herself. All right? So when you're selling property or you're selling land, be aware of that I'm not just selling land. So it might well be that while you're talking, the client has said something about, like, you know what, I'm the first person in my family to own a property. All right? They might have shared something like that. Now you have to paint the picture of generational wealth will begin with you. And this investment you're making is going to break that whatever generational curse of poverty. You've got to paint that picture for them. Because if you don't, they won't see it. So you've got to personify the product for them. Okay, I think it'd be a good time to have a break. Yeah?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
You say dream. Is it linked to value too?
Yeah,
Or we say value?
yes, definitely.
Okay, I'm trying to relate.
No, you're right. It's connected, yes. Yeah.
But now you see it.
Yeah, it's the way you say it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Shall we take a break? Thank you.
Let me do a few Q&A so that we understand what we have left. All right. So I'm going to start by, I want to, I asked you to write action points. Before I ask the question, if you know you have written action point, just quickly raise your hand up so that somebody will not say the one that you have, how you say, that was what I was going to say. If you say that one, I'll come and check the notes to verify if it is really what you were going to say. And they called your name already. I'm not calling you first. This is somebody that will come later and sit in front. Very, very important. You have to sit in a way that you'll be seen. You don't want to go and hide. If so, those of you that like hiding at the back, stop it. Come early and go and sit at the back. Stop it. You can say I'm looking at you. Because I know you did not come late. Did you come late? All right, so action points. We started from talking, I think the conversation started from building relationships. And I wanted to understand the action points that some of you have written down on how you build relationships. Maybe even from what she said, or just general action points that you have written down. So I'm going to skip Abiola. You'll be number 3. I'll hear from 2 people, then I'll come to you. All right, who is ready? Just raise your hand. We'll give you the mic. Awesome.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Shegun Pichayo, and I run a spoke brand.
Okay.
This is adding to my knowledge.
Okay.
I hope I will inculcate what I've learned in there and as I function in the local sector. So, my action point actually is about the relationship.
Let's stop. Hold it closer to your mouth.
Relationship, staying conscious in the client's mind, and staying conscious in the client's mind has to do with relationship as well. Because I realize that some customers, they want you to speak with them directly, because some days back, my sister introduced me to somebody, and I just sent the person the text message and the products and the things that I sell, and the person didn't even respond to me. And I was like, after all, you already spoke with my sister, and I want just to send the things that I'm selling. The man said, no, you need to introduce yourself. And he's an elderly man. At first, I was like, I don't need to start beating around the bush. Maybe proud to my previous knowledge on taking the customers that we don't want relationship, according to what he said. You have dealt with customers that you don't even want your hello. You don't want anything. You just want to purchase and leave.
Just send me the.
Yes. So now I've learned that my action is, regardless of the client, I need to be in their DM, send a the message and build relationship before even the product. Thank you very much.
All right, fantastic. Wow, that is really, really good. Please give him a round of applause. Abi, you didn't learn anything from what he said, because I picked something from what he said. We are creatures of habits, and our habits are unconsciously planned. So if you've spoken to 3 customers back to back, and they were like, "I got this greeting, go straight and send products." The next customer that reaches out, you will not greet you, send products, because the last 3 customers were saying, "Oh, this is your greeting. This is not what I'm asking for. Give me what I'm asking for." And you begin to think that's the system. No, you must have your own system. Your system is to be polite. Introduce yourself, introduce your product, even if you're going to send a product that maybe so I have someone that reached out to me, one of my former clients, I think he bought for me in 2021, said he was recommending somebody to me. So I sent the lady a message. I realized I've chatted before. I was like, and the person actually called last week, and I missed the person's call. So I was like, "Hello, ma'am. Sorry I missed your call last week. And sadly, I didn't save your number when you chatted me about 2 years ago, because it's still there on WhatsApp. However, this person said I should send you a message. I'm interested in some properties that we have. Let me know what you are interested in, so that I don't send you plenty irrelevant flyers." I've said that to people and they'll say, "Send me all the flyers." But I always tell them I don't want to send you irrelevant flyers, because some majority of customers on WhatsApp don't want to be doing back and forth. So if it is phone call, easy for you to ask all the questions. But in building relationship, in most cases, it is you that will prompt them with questions. "Oh, I don't want to waste your time by sending you videos. Some customers complain that our videos are heavy, but if you let me know which estate you want, I will not just send you plenty video. That way, I saw one of your adverts and I want to buy your property. Which one? Just send me the one you have." Sir, I cannot say, if you say I send you what I have, your phone will not take it. Your phone will explode. So all of that is to get the person to streamline and give me more information. Because if the customer says, "Send me what you have," and then I now do send what you have, you now go ahead and then now to take like 15 videos. The person will just see 15 and just go back. He will not even download. So you are saying they did not reply me. They did not reply you because you just bombarded them and they don't know how to respond going forward. I've done that example. I'm like, I want to buy something, and the next thing I'm saying, I want to buy a flower pot, and then you send me like 60 pictures. 60 pictures. I don't get it. You just sent me 60 pictures. I want to buy Adire. You just sent me, I'm like, hello. And you just ask, what kind of design do you like? Do you like ethnic? Do you like that one? Do you want to go through my Instagram page and select the one you want and send to me so I'll pick, or you want to go through my website? I say, like, you want that direct, pew, 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 pew. Eh? I know they do again. Those are hurdles for your clients. And they stunt the relationship from growing, no matter your good intention. So thank you for that story. Let's have somebody else. I said you're number 3. So, no, don't take it across the camera. Go to the back. Media. Hold on. Let them give you the mic so that everybody can hear you. I know you feel you can project.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've really learned a lot, and I've made so many mistakes of which I've seen the correction now.
Awesome.
In the area of the usage of language, it happened there. I find that the clients, they are of different species.
Yes, so.
The way we thought that A responded to you, B will never respond to you like that. It happened in the area of usage of language. I have a friend. All this while he has been calling that he will buy something from me. I didn't know that the pressure I'm giving him make him to lose interest. Only to observe in his WhatsApp status where he was dancing at the same time he was eating. He was eating the pap and moi moi. I don't look at this guy. I say around 10 o'clock, should around afternoon should be at work in the US. I just send a joke to him. By the time you finish eating, you cannot dance. I sent that voice note. I didn't believe that that one will expose him to me. Only to call me.
somebody that will call you before will spend just 1 minute. I'm busy, I will call you later because of the pressure I'm on. Started downloading. What has been maybe stopping him from even having chat with me all this while? Take it easy. Like you talked about the woman, too. Woman has gone to be. I've gotten approval from Madam now. By the time I finish my project at Aja, I will sit to your room. Don't worry, we are together. I was now looking at this guy that this guy can give like 20 minutes discussion, something that I will never finance. Okay, you are particular about joke. Now back jokes.
Please clap for him. That's a good action step. I don't do it, but right now I'm going to start doing it.
Going to like 3 weeks now. You know, I chatted with you when you were about to enter Canada. That I needed to know the specific address of who you responded. So I have like 2 pastors at Prayer City. During the conference, I had to spend like 5 days with them. And fortunately for me, someone introduced another pastor who has spent like 33 years in UK. And we had like 3 hours discussion. I think sure banker. So many bills now will be sent to now. By the time the man got to UK, I started combining with the flyers. Just locked. I see what's all this because
God forbid bad thing.
with the discussion we've already had.
He wants peace of mind.
I had to talk to the guy that introduced it. He started laughing. He said, "Go Baba." No, take it easy. Okay, I started sending prayer points. That's why I'm saying that God is saying, started opening up. We are now on the same page. So I find that the audios are very, very attainable. You can follow your due process. Thank you.
All right, so thank you. That was amazing. Even me, I'm learning from that. I'm going to take an action plan from that, and I would I'll do joke, maybe like a Friday thing. Every Friday, I'll send joke to my people and just say, let's laugh a little as a way of engaging. She said something about engagement. See, as I'm talking, people are just nodding your head. Ethic bad way. Honestly, it's not course. What I just said now, by next week Friday, you will not do it. You know why? Because you haven't decided and written down that from today, every Friday, you can say from today, every Monday, I will be doing this, because you're building a relationship. You need to be in their faces. They need to hear from you. And they cannot only be hearing bye. Thank you for that story. And that's why I always like us having conversations like this, because sometimes it's when you hear that story, you realize your mistake. Somebody must have blocked you, and you don't know, I've blocked people. Don't frustrate. What? I did not. I'm a prayer warrior myself. You don't need to send me prayer every day. What's it about you? For those that feel like I don't want to block, I will just turn on 24 hours disappear message. If anybody turns on 24 hours disappear message for you, you know that you have entered the chance. You need to go back and tell message. I'm so sorry. Am I sending you too many messages? Because sometimes when you reply like that, they will not tell you, I think so. Please don't turn on 24 hours disappear message for me. Don't worry, I will stop sending you plenty messages like that. So, as in, like, have a conversation. Because and I have some customers that I was checking a chat and somebody was like, you've chatted with this person before, but it's only broadcast. But I say, ouch, I need to do better. So interact one-on-one. Just send a message. Not just that the only time they hear from you is impersonal and they don't reply and you don't bother. So you can pick a day every week and go through all your chats and do a personalized message to them so that it's not that they're just getting broadcast from you. It will help. All right. Can we pass? Who stretched? I said she's number 3. After they'll come to you. You're number 3. No, I already said you're number 3, so I noted it. And since all the women said they don't even raise their hand, so it's even good. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Just stop. Please, our camera. Okay.
My name is Abiola. All right, so the things I penned down here is the newsletter. I've not done that before, and I would like to do that. Also, the joke of a thing now.
The joke, Abby?
Yes.
You noted it, Abby?
Yes, I noted it. The joke. Then, You know, I've learned, one of the things I learned the last time we met was how to connect with strangers. So I've learned to go out of my way and collect phone numbers. So when I get home or like a day after, I just reach out and say, oh, so President, just say hello. But now when you were talking, I remember I met one lady long time. I've not reached out to her after that. So I just will tell you that I need to just say hello. Then our status goes a long way. I've also learned that we should stop pushing products too much. So at some point, I went into teaching. So because I don't like talking for long, I got a colleague, which is a surveyor, to have a live stream session with him. And that really helped because a lot of people in our conversations, they picked a lot of things and they reached out to me. This person that reached out was, I bought Ankara from her and I said that on her. And she said, Madam, hey, in that you're teaching, you said I can pay small. I don't want it. I was trying to push crafts. Then she said, no, I want around, what is it called? Butter. I had to quickly go and rush and meet colleagues and say, do we have butter? And she told me, then I put it. She said, I'm scared of buying no. Well, because I think I trust you. Because of the way you were talking, and you are my customer. Then she was able to key into that. So I think truly when we show that we know something, when we push out knowledge, it helps as well.
Fantastic, thank you. So I like the fact that she referenced our last trainings. And the reason for that is knowledge is cumulative. You cannot say, I ate yesterday, I'll not eat again. I ate last week. No. When it's not that you're doing dry fasting, you don't say, I've already done. Some people are here, and some people are not here that should be here. But they feel, last month we came for this training. 2 months ago, we came for this training. Like,
what's new? It's a lie. Sometimes you can hear the same thing over and over again, but at every time you hear it, you get something different. Besides, we're not even hearing the same thing over and over again. As much as possible, whenever we do our regular analysis, we don't do the same thing over and over again. But at every point in time, we must speak what we are implementing. So, what are you implementing? That's the conversation we're having. She just shared that she's going to start implementing newsletter. When she asked that, I said, ish. Why? Because we do newsletter, but we don't have like this is a newsletter and it is consistent that we are doing this newsletter. Our customers are expecting this newsletter, they will get updated how it is happening. So what I wrote down was that we're going to create a structure for our newsletter. If it is once in a week or once in a month, this is newsletter, this is not marketing any product. This is just informing you about what is happening in the industry. Oh, in this month of September, we attended trainings,
and these are the things we got from the trainings concerning the real estate landscape in Nigeria that you can do, that you can learn. These are 3 financial tips. Whatever it is, newsletter, just updating them is something we should now structure how to do it. I wrote it down. She also wrote it down, how she would implement a video for how I intend to implement it, because our resources are different. But as long as you implement, good. Just ensure that you are implementing the things that you decide that you are going to learn, and listen to your customers. So you can push a product that they don't want. Try and get another one for them, because your job, like she said earlier, is to solve the problems of your clients and meet their needs. That's how you build relationship. I think at the end of the day, one of the things we're learning here is how to go on, because we know that sales is not automatic. Yesterday, I saw somebody made a deposit. I was just on my bed. I was like, The person just chatted me up and was like, I have 500K to deposit. My husband said the 500K would be like, I think he's burning his pocket. I said, no, maybe it's something he's had in mind to do. And then that money just came in. It's not even up to 1 hour that we had the chat that he made the payment. But this is someone that I've had, the number is Game of Money. So it's not a new contact, but it's not immediate. So your relationship nurtures someone from when they don't have till when they have, from when they are not interested till when they become interested, convinces the person that is not interested or does not even trust you to become your fan and then later your client. That journey is based on building relationships. So if you stop or don't take it seriously, you will meet people and later find out a year after that, after they met you, 2 months after they bought land, but they did not buy it from you. Yes. They bought it from the person that nurtured relationship with them. All right, let me hear from you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
My name is Kenneth.
Oh, interesting. Very strong Igbo name.
So there's something I learned, not like I'm hearing for the first time, but today I've come to realize that is the major challenge I have been having.
Oh.
Personally. I'm not new into real estate, but it's my first time here.
Ah, welcome. Please clap for him. You are welcome in the name of the Lord.
Thank you. So, in building relationship, I think one of the very important way to build relationship with clients is also show mastery of the field you are working with, the product you're marketing. I had a personal experience last year. So there is a particular man I met inside the market. I marketed the product, the property to him. Then I was working with an estate company then. So he was interested from the conversations we had. And when I left there, I was already seen as a done deal. So I tried to pull out. I'm not really good in texting. I'm not really good at that. So I felt like, okay, let me just drop in once in a while, drop in information he need about that property. So I found out that for a very long time we were not communicating. I don't know what's going on. The man is not. Anytime I try to call him, he's like, I'm busy, I'll call you back. Until one day, I saw something going, I saw some videos online people were talking about, I said, let me just give this a try. I did a video explaining about documentations and all that. So I posted it on my status. The man saw it and he commented. Immediately we started talking about it. And it was not up to a week.
He made payments. Just because you displayed mastery. Fantastic. It's the same thing with what you said about doing a training. And I like what she said, that she might not feel comfortable doing a long training session. You don't need to know a lot about real estate. Find someone that knows more and interview the person. Ask the person, just let's have a chat on my live or somewhere, or record it and post it. There's a video my surveyor did, my surveyor with very strong Yoruba accent. So let me just explain to you that from the international airport to, he did not do it for me to market. But trust me, I just converted that video. He was using the map to describe how close is 12 kilometers from Zurich City to the international airport location. So he just sent it to me. I said, very, very easy. I just do the intro video. Hear what our surveyor is saying about our location. I put the surveyor's voiceover video there, and he convinced people then. And funny enough, we've stopped doing it because it wasn't like we strategically planned it. I just had an opportunity.
I've used your own. I just put intro and I added yours.
It's just we didn't do it consistently, but it worked. So it's a case of now going back and saying, let me bring this guy again, or let him just do another. This is the kilometer, because from a surveyor's perspective, and showing if technical people will see that he's talking from a point of professionalism. Yeah. He lays credence to your own brand, that you work with professionals. Yeah. And it is cheap endorsements that you are getting. Even your customers will not nod their head and say, he's a surveyor that is, the surveyor is very knowledgeable. So don't waste the knowledge that you're getting here. Find a way to implement it. If it is not a surveyor, engineer. If it is not an engineer, somebody else in real estate that can just. I have done video with real estate. Shayo is always using me to do video. Just put me and say, "Yeah, come and take picture with me. Let's do video together." He's not even here today. I'll actually find out. You know, like, and he's also into real estate. Same way I did video with Dr. Lumide. We're selling the same land though. He's selling on his page. I'm selling my own on my own page. And I did video with him and I posted it. And somebody was like, talk by this land. You two, you are selling it. I say all of us are doing different things in our land. If you can buy from him and still buy from me. Because what we are developing, actually, what we're developing is different. So come and buy from me. And the person bought. The person probably watched the video because Dr. Lumide had the video. Long and short, I sold markets. So find your way to leverage brands around you. Our YouTube is really, I'm really happy because sometimes I do training like this, nobody will comment on YouTube, it will be us commenting. So this person has made a comment, and I think I would like us to talk about it. Recognizing my buyers, my client's birthday, and that of their loved ones. I also noted that down. Because every client you have filled subscription form one way or the other. We do it. I went to a training like this, and how many of you know REMS, Real Estate Millionaires, MFK? So MFK was the one teaching at the seminar I was at, and MFK said that she did Jota for a client. Was it wedding or daughter's wedding or something? Diaspora customer came to Nigeria. She said she just saw the flyer of the event on the WhatsApp story, grabbed the flyer, did Jota, put advert at the back, showed up at the venue, shared the flyer. The client was so surprised and was so happy. How many Jota have we done? I think we've done 3 Jotas. I've done Jota for one woman's 70th. The woman came to my office and said, did Jota, mommy, please send me your fine picture. Did design, printed Jota for her. She was so happy. We've done, I think, another birthday and maybe a wedding or something. I think we've done 3 Jotas that we did for clients' occasion. I wasn't even around I've not attended any of those occasions. Sandra went and attended the party and shared our Jota at the party. So you must pay attention. Look at your client's WhatsApp story. Congratulate them when you see that they are doing something. Somebody posted a picture. I say, congratulations. And I said, no, it's not me. That's not my face. It's my cousin. I say, congratulations to all of us. Long and short is, if I had sent marketing products, she probably would not answer. But as I said, congratulations, and she replied. So, very important. Buying tickets for them to attend any comedy shows. Jack Ball. We need to do this one. We need to do this one. Let's find out. Sorry, it did not tell me to do it, but me. I have to do this one. I think it is a big deal. Because let me explain what you have done. And it might not be comedy show, it might not even come across relevant right now. But if you pay for someone to attend a comedy show, you have connected with them on an emotional level. Because where they laugh, the reason they are there is because they are with you. And I had so much fun. That's Rep 360. They'll remember you for good. And you can actually make it, you can surprise them with it. Don't even tell them up front. You can decide that any 2 or 3 customers, thank you for buying. I was like, in this month of September, any customer that buy from me, I'm going to send you tickets to attend this show. Will you be able to attend? And you give your client that. Chiri is with us in Rep 360. She's in Abuja. Chiri has mastered it. People don't know. After she gave gifts like this, I was asking her, because I know she sells. She's our top salesperson. So I was in Abuja and I asked, I said, Chiri, what are you doing? You don't share what because you are doing something and it's working for you. She was like, no, I'm just following up. I said, what are you doing? That was how I realized that she buys gifts. Buys gifts consistently she said every time she buys gifts for that customer. the customer will recommend her to someone. That this other 2 sales she did, it was because after she bought gift, I say, and you did not share it with other people in the market, in the sales team. Because I knew she was doing something. See, I did a video, I said, success leave clues. Failures, we don't need to study somebody that is failing. No. Anybody you know, he has gotten award. If you can hear that, he's bombarded everybody for, he got a fridge, he collected fridge. Anybody that collects a prize, go and ask the person, sir, what are you doing? Ma, what are you doing? Because their success has clues. They might not even know what they are doing. But if you keep on asking questions, I'm always updating my WhatsApp story. I know, but so that was how someone told me. He said, I don't sleep. Oh, that one, I'm like, your customers in diaspora. He said, every day I sleep around like 1:30, 2 a.m. I talk to my people from 12 is when they have time. So I talk from 12 to like 2 a.m. every night. And he just said it casually, but I got it. Because that is when his diaspora clients have time. And it's the time I'm snoring. I've not started talking to them till now because I'm still snoring. But guess what? Anybody that hacks it, because if you are trying to talk to a customer around 4, 5, 6, that is convenient for you and not convenient for them, and you are wondering why you're not selling, and they are in America or like in a country where the time difference are you. So by the time, let's distill the knowledge. Let it not just be, oh, she said, but we have specific action. Somebody wants to say something. Okay, somebody wants. Where am I? You know, I'm a woman. I would like to hear my women, but men have been talking more. So.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mr. Edison. So this is my first time here.
Oh, you're welcome. Please give me a round of applause.
Actually, got a message from Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll be competing with Antonia.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised actually. What this movement is.
Fantastic.
Because this has been an eye opener to me. Though I've been into property for the past 50 years.
Wow. 15.
But as our mother is speaking, just that it's opening my brain, my head more and more. And those things that I cannot forget in a hurry is when Madam speak about not just listening but active listening. I can't forget that in a hurry. And that's one of my action plans taking on. This is what I other prospective clients, when we call, we only want to dominate the conversation because I'm the one that made the call.
I'm the one that called you. You must listen to me.
When the prospective client is talking, I can't wait now. Let me call you.
I
want to take responsibility for my credit. I'm saying it now that it should dominate the conversation.
Please give him a round of applause. That's powerful self-reflection. When you are able to see where your errors are, very, very important.
That when you dominate the conversation, I can know the area to follow and where to pick it. Father, thank you so much.
Oh, fantastic. I love that feedback. That was a very good one. It's not easy. Sometimes you want to just, as they're talking, you don't let them land. You are interrupting and interjecting. It's very powerful, active listening. Okay, so I'll take the lady at the back. She raised her hand first and I'll come to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm also a first timer here. I got the link and the app on Facebook. And I'm so glad that I'm here. I've never been in real estate before. I'm a pastor's wife. But the teaching this afternoon has really, really helped me. it has opened my mind to a lot of things. One vivid or two vivid examples I want to give, in the church, we believe we give people what people have their duties. So the newcomers come to church, and then we believe that we are giving Pastor so evangelist
to handle it.
duty to call them, check on them, and follow them up. But from what our teacher and lecturer just said about relationship this afternoon, I found out that you have to own your business. You have to do it first before others follow. You don't have to just leave it for them and say, I've assigned this thing to this person, and the person may not even be doing it well. People are coming to church, we think that we're giving the responsibility to somebody, and then the person is not doing it. So I'm also bringing it down to the business too. You must know your business, own your business, do it first, then others will follow you. And then talking about gifts and going further in relationship, I just remember when she was also speaking, somebody on Sunday, I saw a little child who was very ill. Normally, the pastor's wife just pray and you believe that God will heal. But as she was speaking now, I just wrote it down in my note that when I get home, I'm going to drive down to their home, check on the child, and get no matter how small, even if it's a fruit, to check on that child. It makes them feel that, oh, I am loved, I am known. And all this I'm also bringing down into the business that I will do when I start. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. I'm so happy about it. I'm so sorry. So sometimes you just take things for granted. But let me say something about it. It's the way we do in Nigeria, the way we do our church, we worship our pastors, and it's a bit different. Pastors in the abroad, they also happy to have me in church, take a picture with me. Like that's as big as Joel Hostin is. As big, you know how big he is. If I attend the church today on Sunday and I want a picture, as long as it's in the church, I'll take a picture. I will take a picture. And you know why? Because after service, he has a photo area where new members come and take pictures with him. So he is available to take pictures with. He will tell you, come take picture, come and take me. Like it's not even that. They'll be smiling. People will be plenty. And I've been to the church before. I didn't take a picture because I was like, this man is not tired. Everybody is just coming, taking picture. Plenty people, oh. And that's how we smile 1 hour after service, taking picture with people. What that does is it's a humbling process, but it's a deeply relationship building process. It gives a connection that is deep, very deep. A lot of times I'm like, you're not tired of taking pictures. Me, I cannot be tired. Naturally, I like taking pictures. But there are some days when you finish speaking and everybody wants to take pictures. I'm like, I will smile. Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm smiling. Why? Because people are taking time to come. And it's a way of showing that I honor that sacrifice you have made. So we must do it. Customers it might not seem, because you took it from spiritual angle, even for business, it is extremely relevant that we take the time to reciprocate. Yesterday, I didn't want to, like this week, I went out, somebody I know gave birth, one of my mentees, and she's a makeup artist that used to work with me way back then. She gave birth and I went to the hospital to visit her. Meanwhile, Sandra has given birth. All of you know that. Oh, how many of you know Sandra? Okay, so Sandra and I started Rev 360 together, and she got married last year. She's giving birth to a bouncing baby boy. Yeah, last week. And I landed, I got into the house around 1 a.m. on Friday. And by 4:30 p.m. on Friday, I was in the hospital. It wasn't about whether it was convenient or not. It was that I wanted to go and see that she has given birth to a baby. I cannot just say, I'm texting you love. I'm texting you encouragement. and I'm praying for you. You show up. You show up and show the love. So customers are human beings. They also need to know you care and you love. So show the love, show the care, check on them. It's a big deal. Even if you cannot, I have a client that sent a message that she needed money desperately. She bought into Empress City. And I was like, I sent her a very long voice note, like almost 4 minutes. Yes, I did not offer her financial help, but when she replied, she did not reply from a place of, this person just said I cannot. Because I'm like, we cannot sell right now. If I tell you that we can sell, it's a lie. If I say I can refund you, it's a lie. If I say that I can borrow you money, it's a lie. And I explained why. I did not owe her to explain why. But I explained. I said, oh, this is investors payout season. We are paying out investors from September, October, November. I have been saving money since January so that I can pay investors this season. So every money I have right now, I cannot touch. It is towards investors. So she's not just hearing me say, I cannot. It is a case of she understands why. Go above and beyond to explain to your customers. There are customers that ask for discounts, and I'll be like, this one passed me. But you explain. So there's a way you explain things that helps to build the relationship. And there are ways you will say something that will scatter the relationship. I've had customers that when you hear their voice note and you hear my voice note, you'll be wondering, did I listen to the voice notes when I was replying? I will keep my voice low. I will be at. Let me explain to you, because I understand that from the tempo of her voice, which is very high, if I choose to reply that way, I get angry that she's not understanding me. It's because I am not understanding her. And two wrongs don't make it right. She don't understand me. I say, you don't understand me. How you know if you understand me? I can't give her back like that. What have we done? We've not achieved anything. So if she doesn't understand me, I must bring it to a way that she would understand, not by getting angry, but by explaining myself again and again to her. And the response changed. The result had not showed, but the response has changed. So the same person that is angry is now saying, okay, let me know what you come up with. This person that was vexing and saying, all these bloggers that are clinical, I did not reply based on the fact that she's threatening to drag me. It's not me, because it's not even me they bought I'm agent. But even at that, I took time to explain. So this conversation around communication is too powerful. I'm going to let our speaker conclude. You want to conclude? Fantastic. So I'll let her conclude, but please, let's take note of all our action plans that we intend to start implementing going forward.
Thank you. Okay, a couple of things I wanted to say in relation to the feedback that we got. Giving a client choice, somebody that said that they were combining them with flyers. So they did some research some years ago where they set up a stand at an event, and they had different flavored pots of jam. They had different flavored pots of jam, raspberry, strawberry, blah blah blah. They had different flavored pots, and they discovered that because they had so many flavored pots, a lot of people were attracted. A lot of people came, but very few bought. Then they decided to put maybe just 4 or 5 different jars of jam on the table. Not a lot of people came, but more people bought. And they did this test, this research, in different circumstances, in different places, and they got the same results. And they discovered that people like choice, but not too much choice. Too much
don't
choice
confuse
confuses
me.
them.
Yeah.
And confused people don't buy. Okay? And I have a personal experience with this. A few years ago, when I used to go to events, I used to have different products. I used to put lots of products like CDs and DVDs, DVDs, books, and I could see that the purchase rate wasn't great. And I went to the event of it, at the very most, I have 3 items in those.
We're not able to go there.
Main items you want to sell,
Yeah,
and
all right, that's fine.
and that's it. And she was so right. So right. From then on, I hardly ever used to come home with any products. It's amazing. So yeah, choice is the number one. Okay, it's all about influence. Influence is the ability to move people to take a particular course of action or adopt particular viewpoints. So your job is to develop the skills that will influence people in buying your product. Influence people. I used to think that influence was a dirty word. It's like, to me, it's not like manipulation. But that's not what it is at all. Your ability to move people in a particular direction, course of action, that is influence. You have not seen that to become an influencer, not social media influencer. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Does anyone know who Henry Ford is or was? Henry Ford. Yeah? All right. So this is the inventor of, the inventor of Ford cars.
Yeah.
Now, the time that Ford cars was invented, the main mode of transport was horses. It was horses. And he said something, he said, if I had asked my clients what they want, they would have told me they want faster horses. Whereas what they actually needed was a completely different mode of transport. But they didn't know that. So your job is to uncover challenges that they may not know they have. Madam, may I just ask, how many people, I mean, you and me have been talking for a while, so I hope you don't mind me asking. No, that's fine. How many people in your immediate family own their own home? You know what? Nobody in my family owns their own home. Wouldn't you want to be the first and change that story for your family forever? Uncover the challenges that they don't know they have. The way the world is going, except you have build generational wealth so that you can pass down to your children, history is going to repeat itself and our children are going to start from ground zero. I know you don't want that to happen for your family. Uncover the challenges that they don't know they have. Educate the customer about your industry, which is what that money lawyer is doing. Educate the customer about your industry. Apple is brilliant at doing this. They really are. Apple does free tutorials in their shop about how to use Apple products. Free tutorials. They're so popular, they bring children from schools to come and listen in an Apple shop to how to use Apple products. It's crazy. They're brilliant at educating the customer. So you tell them, I don't know, maybe Dangote's refinery, everybody rushed, for land around there. But you let them know the flip side of buying land around there and what they have to be careful about. Educate the customer. Right, next. Offer the client a choice and not too much choice. Okay, I've done that one. Right. This is so important. If you don't get anything else, get this. People do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. It's really that simple. So one of the ways in which you can get people to know you is to share personal stories with them, especially a personal story that connects with them. So if somebody said to me something like, my child is studying law, I'd let them know that I studied law as well. And we talk a little bit about the law industry. Okay? So again, we're talking about connections. Remember, we're doing relationship selling. Or I would share something about my background that they may not know, but would connect with them. So if they're saying something like, the reason why I want to buy this property is because, like I said, nobody in my family has ever owned their own property. I know automatically that they don't come from a wealthy family. I will share a little bit about my background that is also not a wealthy background. They know, they like. So you need to be thinking, what can I say that will make this person like me? What can I do that will make this person like me? I have as a personal motto that excellence should be the standard. It should be the standard. So when somebody rings my office, I expect my secretary, my PA, to answer that phone in a way that represents me well as excellence. One of the things I often talk about is under promise and over deliver. Not the other way around. Not over promise and under deliver. Under promise and over deliver. So if I know that, if a client says to me, can I have that file by Saturday? I will ensure that they have that file by Wednesday afternoon. Guaranteed. Under promise and over deliver. And then make yourself likable. To be honest, some of us are just not likable. Honestly, we have attitude, we're not polite, our customer service level is very poor. You know, the minute we think that the person is not going to buy, our attitude changes. Even just smiling can make someone like you. Just smiling. Just complimenting the person. I was training yesterday, I spoke about a woman in the UK. She's here now. She's been here a few years because she's having a problem in the UK. Her name is Yinka Bodyline. I don't know if anybody knows her, but she's in the Queen. She has a shop. Yeah. Yinka Bodyline is a phenomenon, and I also use her to teach because I learned a lot from her. When I first went to the UK in the late 80s, for those of you who go to the UK, there's a street called Peckham High Street. And in Peckham High Street at the time, if you wanted to buy makeup or hair products, there were shops on this side, shops on this side. It's quite a long street. So the minute you enter the street, there are already shops on either side that sell black hair stuff and makeup. Yinka Bodyline did not have a shop. She had a kiosk inside a market, which was at the end of that street. But I'm telling you, we used to pass all these shops to go to Yinka Bodyline. Why? Because this woman understood what it meant to take care of a customer. Her whole kiosk was not bigger than this. I'm telling you. Ah, Mrs. Clement, you think? Thank you for coming. It's so nice to see. I saw her last week. It's so nice to see you. Oh, wow. You know that lipstick? I got it. Come in. She'll show me the lipstick. You know what? You know that dress you were wearing last week? I've even forgotten the dress I was wearing last week. She remembers. That dress you were wearing last week. I said, I went somewhere, I saw a belt. I said, no, this belt will go with that dress. I got it for you. Why will you not buy? You buy. You only came to buy lipstick, you buy the belt. She was excellent. Excellent. You see that makeup that you're wearing? No, so that's not your shade. That's not your shade. Let me show you. This is your shade. See, let me do it for you. No, don't worry. Let me do it for you for free. She was brilliant. Brilliant. Within a year, she had moved from that kiosk. She was able to lease a shop on that main high street. When she leased that shop on the high street, within another year, she bought the shop. Within 2 years, she bought another shop on the other side. So once you enter that street, whether you like it or not, there's Yinka Bodyline here, there's Yinka Bodyline here. You can't miss her. Her husband was a lawyer, very good lawyer. That guy threw away his certificate and was doing security guard in her shop. Yes. She was making so much money. And she built that business on good customer service. Nothing else. What was she selling? Lipstick, powder, that's what she was selling. But I'm telling you, her customer service was excellent. She's in Ikoyi. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm telling you, she made you feel like $1 million, even though you're only spending £10 in the shop. But she made you feel like $1 million. People buy from those they know, they like, and they trust. How do you build trust in the marketplace? By doing what you said you were going to do. Mrs. Clement, I'll call you back in an hour, and I'm waiting tomorrow morning. I haven't heard from you. That reduces the trust. Another way in which you can build trust is by telling them your credentials. Mrs. Clement, just to let you know that we're going to take care of you. I'm not new to this industry. I've been doing this for the last 10 years. I've sold very successfully to this person, that person. I'm very well known in the industry. You can ask around. That builds trust. Another way you build trust is, like we said, knowing your stuff. So if I'm asking you a question, so what's happening with this? I'm not sure. Okay, so what's happened with let me ask my manager, we will get back to you. Forget it. Trust has gone. Trust has gone. People buy from those they know, they like, and they trust. So I want you to start thinking, every time you connect with a client, what can I say and do that will make them know me, like me, and trust me? And I'm telling you, a client that is happy with you will refer. They'll become your fans. You won't even have to do marketing. They will do your marketing for you. Okay, next, let's go. All right, so do you mind if we do this? Do we have time? Yeah. Okay. Share a little bit about your background. Tell us 3 things you wouldn't normally know about you. I'm going to choose one guy and one lady. Who's hiding there? Okay. The guy with the, oh, is that lady with the hat? Okay. All right, let's choose you. Yes. Please come. Choose what? Oh, okay. Come on, let's go.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Blessing, and I'm a Gen Z, a very curious Gen. So, I stayed in the real estate space because I was curious about. Okay, so I had this conversation with my uncle that got scammed in real estate, and he was like, the older uncle was telling me that, oh, that's what they do in real estate. They know how to do it. Yeah, know how to do it. So curious. And so my whole goal is to help people do real estate right. And first time buying everything. So I got curious. Started deep diving and everything.
Okay. Do you read the instructions? Tell us 3 things we wouldn't normally know about you. One more. I think we know your name now. We know why you got into real estate. Give me one more. One more. Let's go. You're shy. Okay. So you're shy. We know your name. We know why you got into real estate, and we know that you're shy. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go. Good. Give her a round of applause, please. Okay, a guy. Oga, you're a guy with the star hat. Yes. Yes, Oga. No, he's my guy. Don't worry. He's my guy.
Sorry. A very down person. Good for what I'm from. Many things we don't normally know about. We talk and quiet, but I'm talkative. When I talk, quiet, but I'm talkative. Secondly, I'm very honest.
Okay.
Then I'm a self-going person.
A self what?
I'm a self-going person.
Okay.
But I'm not that father.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Did we hear your name? Did you give your name?
Sorry, my name is Daniel.
Okay, Daniel. Right. Now that should be one of the first things that you do. Tell people your name. That should be the one first. That's the first connector. Tell people your name. So even when you meet them and they're a client, hi, I'm BB Clement, and I'm going to be taking care of you. All right. Okay, let's go. Yeah. So have a think about that. You don't have to do that right now, but have a think about that in your role. What can I do to make people like, know, and trust me and my company? And my company. All right, next. All right, communication. Can you take this off, first of all? But let me leave communication. Just take this one off. All right. What is communication? Now, if you're going to be able to sell, you've got to be able to communicate, because that's what's the whole point. That's the whole thing. And to be honest, communication is the most, being able to speak well, particularly in public, is the most important skill of the 21st century business marketplace. It is. So in your field, you have to be able to communicate. You can't get around it. So communication, actually, let me hear a definition of communication. What would you say is your definition of communication? Yes. Loving the t-shirt, by the way, or the dress.
My name is Olashade Anishobu Peters. From my home view, I can say communication is a way of making people to know you or to know them. Because if there is nothing like communication, there's going to be a communication gap. People might not know what you really want them to know. So communication is about telling people what you want them to know.
Okay.
That's my own view.
Telling people what they want them to know. Do you have to use words? No. Our mothers in those days, just one look, you know you're in trouble. She doesn't need to give you any words. All right. Any other definition? Yes.
My name is Jeanette Amiola.
Hi.
Communication is the process of passing information from one medium to the other.
Yep.
Yes.
From one medium to another. So if I send a WhatsApp message to somebody who's reading an email, is that communication?
So that for the person to understand.
Yeah. Okay. All right, good. Well done. Okay, we'll leave that at that so I can go on to the definition. All right, so this is my definition. Sorry, you want to give us a definition? Yeah, please do. One more. Yeah.
My name is People.
Your name is what?
People.
Oh, Favor. Okay.
My definition of communication would be the accurate impact of understanding to the next person.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was deep. I like that. I like that. Okay, so this is my definition, which is something, just an expansion of what you just said. Communication occurs when A passes a message to B, and the message that B gets is the message that A intended for them to get. Communication occurs when A passes the message to B, and the message that B gets is the message that A intended for B to get. If there has been no message gotten, or if I did not get anything. So for instance, one day me and my husband went out. And we went to visit a friend. And I was tired, like this. He didn't get it. He was just looking at me. Nothing. After a while, I started kicking him under the table. I'm like, no message. Nothing. All right? If the message that B gets is different from the one that A intended for them to get, what do we say has happened? Miscommunication. And let me tell you, in business, miscommunication is more dangerous than no communication. It's dangerous. You have to decide what is the message that REB 360 wants to give to its clients. What is the message? And then every time you relate to a client, is this message being passed to the client? What is the motto? What's the strapline for your company? Stop it. What's the strapline for your company? What's the motto? What's the strapline? The motto? Sorry? Building inspired communities. Okay. So every time I'm speaking to a client, I'm thinking, how am I building inspired communities with this conversation or with this act that I'm doing? How? That's the message that you want to get across. Also, there are messages that you want to get across that are not perhaps written into your motto, but they're there. We want to get across that we can be trusted. So how am I showing up with this client that passes the message that we can be trusted? Okay. All right. Next one. Influencers are great communicators. Learn to speak clearly, confidently, and convincingly about your product. Clearly, confidently, and convincingly about your product. This is something you have to do before you meet a client. You can't do it while you're talking to the client. You fumble. So before you meet the client, you learn how to speak clearly. And being able to speak clearly has a lot to do with what is the message I want to get across. Because again, like I said, we have a tendency to just talk. Oh, we have a say here. Oh, we did. Have a message that you want to say, and make sure that you come across clearly, so that the client is not confused. Okay, so what kind of properties do you guys sell? Do you sell from 60 million upwards, so that if I have 10 million, there's no point in me even coming in? Be very clear about your message. We only sell in Banana Island. So if I'm looking for a property in Ojota, there's no point in me coming to you. Be very clear about your message. Also, when you are talking to a client, being clear also has to do with what your body language when you're speaking to the client. So what you want to do is avoid anything that distracts from the words that are coming out of your mouth. So for instance, if I stand here and I start doing this with my hair, after a while, your brain will switch off from the words that are coming out of my mouth and you'll just be looking at my hair. So you need to make sure that when you're speaking to a client, you're speaking in such a way that you're not distracting from the words that are coming out of your mouth, because it will miss important information. Next, speaking confidently. Now, this is quite important in your industry because, let's be honest, a lot of your clients are very rich. And I'm sure you've heard of imposter syndrome. Yes. Everybody, I don't think there's anybody that doesn't suffer from imposter syndrome at some point. I still suffer from imposter syndrome. I've walked into some rooms and I'm like, oh my God, it's intimidating. All right? But you have to build your confidence. One of the ways in which you build your confidence is knowing your stuff. Knowing your stuff. I know that within a good range, there's nothing that you ask me about my industry that I can't tell them. Stats, history, the actual knowledge, I can tell them. All right? So know your stuff. That will give you confidence. And then you have to deal with your own sense of self-esteem. That's really important, because otherwise you'll be intimidated. You must be able to deal with your own sense of self-esteem. So for instance, somebody who says to me, whose whole body language is telling me that, I'd rather not be dealing with you, I don't take it personally, because I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident in who I am. Another way in which you can build confidence is knowing that they need you. They're not doing you a favor. They need you. Otherwise, they won't be in your office. Otherwise, they won't be calling you. They need you. So you have something that they need. So be confident in that fact that I have something this person needs. Be convincing about your product. Convincing. I'll talk about that in a little while. Let's go. Okay, we've done that one. All right, go. So clearly we talked about your voice, your tone. Now it's interesting that someone was talking about how she got a voice note and the woman was, and she totally dropped her tone when she was responding. When you're speaking to clients, the way you come across is almost as important, if not more important, than the words that are coming out of your mouth. The tone in which you speak to somebody matters. Remember when you're having an argument with your spouse, sometimes it's not what they say, it's just the way they said it that annoyed you. It's the tone. Tone is very important. So watch your tone when you're speaking to clients. Your pitch is the up and down of the way you speak. And habits I've spoken about if you're playing with your hair. Next. Confident. Now, self-esteem issues. What can you see in that picture? So what is this? Okay, but he sees himself as a lion. The way you see yourself will dictate how far you go. Even from a biblical perspective, if you read the story of the spies who went to spy out the land, the end of that story is the most important bit. They said those that came back with a bad report that we can't do it, so they're giants. The Bible says we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes. In our own eyes, we were like grasshoppers, and so we were in theirs. Actually, they were wrong. There's nothing that says in that passage that they saw them as grasshoppers, but because they saw themselves as grasshoppers, it stopped them from attaining what they could have attained. The same thing occurs in business. That principle is true. It's a biblical principle, but it's true even in business. The way you see yourself, if one big man gets down from one big car and all that, and you'll be intimidated. You must be confident in who you are. Yes, you may have a big car, but so what? So what? You got a problem that I can solve. You have a problem that I can solve. Okay? So be confident in who you are. Next. Convincingly. Passion is a force all by itself. It's a force that sells all by itself. Have you noticed that people gravitate towards people who are passionate? I have a junior sister. My junior sister, she's the opposite of me. She'll be all over you. She's very passionate about people. She's like, auntie. She's like that. People gravitate towards her like crazy because she's passionate. I'm passionate about business and about Christ and things like that. So those kind of things, yes, I'm passionate about. But if you are passionate about what you are doing, and really, I don't think you should be involved in anything that you're not passionate about. What's the point? Honestly, what's the point? But if you're passionate about real estate, passionate about fulfilling people's dreams, passionate about selling, then it should show in the way you come across. It should show in the way you come across. Next. All right, why are public speaking skills so important? Let's quickly run through that. One, people buy you before they buy what you're selling. They buy you. The other day, I went to a shop. There's a guy that works for me, and his wife owns a shop. And he said, please, Mrs. Clement, if you don't mind, would you go into my wife's shop and see if there's anything you like? So I went. And the lady was very nice, very attentive and everything, but she had a shop assistant that had an attitude. And she was okay up until the time I bought quite a lot of stuff. And then I said, listen, I'm going to pay a round figure for everything. The minute I said that, her whole demeanor changed. She was like, and started behaving somehow. If not for the fact that I'd promised that guy that I would buy something from his wife, I would have dropped everything and I would have walked out. People buy you before they buy what you're selling. So how are you showing up in the marketplace? Next. People with good communication skills are considered more intelligent. Did you know that? You can be an absolute fool, but if you're able to communicate well in public, they think you know what you're talking about. Next. People with good communication skills are better able to convey a vision and a mission. Next. People with good communication skills receive the respect of colleagues and clients alike. And that's important because respect is currency in the marketplace. If your clients respect you, that is currency. Right, next. When you're comfortable with your own communication style, your confidence and your self-esteem increases. Next. Improving active listening skills promotes meaningful dialogue and collaborative decision-making. Elevator pitch. All right, we're going to do this actually. How am I doing for time? Let me know when I'm 10 minutes. Cool. Elevator pitch. Now, who's heard of the elevator pitch? All right, the elevator pitch is an American concept. And it says that if you get inside an elevator or a lift with somebody, by the time they press the button to get out, you should have given them enough information for them to decide whether they want to use your services or not. So obviously you have very short amount of time. So you don't have time to be, you haven't got time for that. Or to be bombarding them with irrelevant information. There's certain core information that you must have in an elevator pitch. And this is them. One, who are you? Always start with your name. Good afternoon, Mrs. Clement. This is Mr. Abinio. What do you do? We sell real estate. Or we sell dreams, or whatever it is that you're selling. We sell dreams. That would even spark more of a conversation, something like that. We sell dreams. What do you mean you sell dreams? Are you a real estate person? And we think that we do more than that, that kind of thing. Where do you do it? We have an office in Magodo. But now, because of a lot of business is done online, what is important is, where do you do it online? Where can I find you online? Where do you have a strong presence online? Now, that is really important for those of you who handle the social media for this company, because not every social media platform is your platform. So let's say, for instance, I was selling hoodies to young people. Where would I go on social media?
TikTok.
And Instagram. Those would be the two main places. If I go to Facebook, but those would be my two main places, because that's where my clients are. There's no point in me advertising hoodies. I'm going to be on LinkedIn. No young people are going to LinkedIn to look for hoodies. So you have to be clear, where do you do? Where's the best place for me to find you that I can connect with you online? All right. And this is the most important bit. Why do I need you? Why do I need you? As you know, your market is saturated. The real estate market is saturated. So why would I go to her rather than go to you? What is it about you that makes you so special that I would want to spend my hard-earned money with you? What is your USP, your unique selling point? How do we differentiate ourselves from the rest of the market? It's really important that you do. We're going to leave that because we've only got 10 minutes to go. Go on. Practical steps to successful selling. You must have a belief in your own ability to sell. A positive mental attitude will propel you towards a possible solution attitude. Consider the following statements. I am broke. I am experiencing a cash flow problem. What's the difference? Sorry? By way of meaning, what's the difference? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But this one, I am broke. There's a finality to it. Your brain will receive that instruction. Okay, we are broke. End of story. That's it. I am experiencing a cash flow problem. Your brain will automatically go into solution mode. How do I get past this problem? What do I need to do? Who do I need to speak to? Who can I borrow from? Who can I... Completely different. The result will be different. Make sure you build a positive mental attitude. I've called that man 5 times. He's not answering me. That's a negative attitude. And your brain will tell you can't sell to him. End of. Whereas it's not true. It might just be he's busy or he can't buy now. Negative emotions narrow your vision and then move your behavior to survival mode. Positive emotions broaden ideas. You must believe in the product that you're selling, and it has to show. Okay? I think we're nearly there. Nope, we've done that one. Don't worry. Okay, so one of the ways in which you can improve your communication is to use the script if you're not very confident. So if you're answering the phone, have a script. The script should include, okay, your name, what is it that you need, how can you help the client, that kind of thing. Do that until you get comfortable. After a while, you remember it. Adapt the script. You will notice that clients are saying they're common themes. They're saying the same thing. Put that in your script so that you know what to say the next time. And practice, practice, practice. Okay. How do I keep my customers? Real quick, I'll go through this in 55 minutes. The 80-20 rule. You'll discover that 80% of your business will come from 20% of your clients. 80% of your business will come from 2025. And then what you do is you begin to expand the range of services that you can offer the 20% that can pay you. There's no point in doing your spiel to somebody, oh, we do this, we do that, we do the other, and they say, baby, I really like it, but it's too expensive. I've wasted my time, I've wasted their time. So the whole question about budget is the question that you should be asking very early on in the relationship. What is your budget? What is your budget? So the 80-20 rule, next. Research shows that it's actually 4 to 10 times easier to get repeat business from a satisfied client than it is to recruit a new one. But we tend to go after one, once that we've dealt with them and they bought, we forget them and then we go and look for somebody else. Maintain the relationship. Under promise and over deliver, we've talked about that. Next. Find out what part of the service they are really paying for. What part of the service are they really paying for? You'd be amazed that it has nothing to do with what you think. I'll give a very quick example. I think I'll close on that. Where I live in the UK, there are about 4 restaurants around me, 4 Nigerian restaurants around me. Sometimes when I don't want to cook, but we want to eat Nigerian food, we go to a restaurant. So there are about 4 we go to eat. It takes me about 30 minutes to drive there. So by way of time, to and fro adds an extra hour to my life. The food is about, on average, at least £5 to £10 more expensive per plate. But we go there because, one, I like the ambience. I like the decor, it's very nice. The food comes very quickly. I have an autistic son, he can't wait, he doesn't understand the concept of waiting. So I need the food to come very quickly. They're very family friendly, so they allow your children to dance. Some restaurants don't allow you to do that, but they're very family friendly. I just like the whole ambience. That's why I go there. So if you were going to open a Nigerian restaurant in my area, and you think, okay, what are my competitors doing? They're selling rice £10 a plate. Okay, what I'll do is I'll sell it at £7 a plate. You've lost the plot because that is not why I'm buying. What I'm buying is the ambience. What I'm buying is the speed at which the food comes. Find out from your clients. Actually ask them, what is it exactly that you like about our service? And find out. You'll be amazed that it has nothing to do with what you thought. All right. What else? Go on. What does the client need? You've done that. This is very important. How can you effectively communicate that you can meet that need? That's very important. It's part of what you were saying. How can you effectively communicate? What is that person's language? And I'm not talking about Yoruba, Igbo, whatever. But every demographic has a language. How they expect you, certain words that connect with them, certain things that you do that connect with them. Right. So I give an example. The example I gave yesterday. I'm very big on leadership. I do a lot of leadership training. I train the Nigerian Armed Forces, companies, pastors and their teams, whatever, on leadership. There's a particular leadership program that I have that the content is the same for those 4 groups. But the marketing material is very different when I'm marketing to each group. So if I was to promote that particular program, the leadership program, to young people, I might say to them, come to this event, it's going to be dope. Or it's going to be sick. Because that's their language. Those are the phrases that young people use. If I was going to promote that same program to pastors, there's no way I'm going to have dope on the flyer. Because they say this one is a drug dealer. Their language is, the Holy Spirit will be there and will take you to another level. That's their language. Oftentimes we have a good product, but we're not selling because we're not speaking their language. Find out the language of your clients. For some people, especially wealthy people don't have time. So if you tell the client, I'll meet you there at 9, he expects you to be there at 9, not 9:05. Not, I'm sorry, sir, 9:30. There's traffic. No, he's gone. I don't have time for that. I'm gone. So how can you effectively communicate that you can meet the need? All right, keep going. We're done now. All right, I'll end with this. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people never forget how you make them feel. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for your time and your attention. Thank you. I have a couple of books. I have a couple of books. Is it all right to sit now?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. I have a couple of books with me that I would encourage you to get. This one in particular, I would encourage you to get. How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur. And the reason why I wrote this book is for people who are at work but need to develop an entrepreneur mentality in this day and age. This book is on the recommended reading list of an MBA program at the University of Sussex. So please get that. If you go on Amazon, it's $12.99. Obviously, I can't sell that $12.99 here. So I'm selling this for $10,000. This is my latest book, Wealth Creation God's Way. God wants us to be wealthy. He wants us to have money, but he doesn't want money to have us. So these are ways in which you can grow wealth. And I'm sure my pastor's wife will get some. This is 7,005. But I'm doing a deal today. You can get both for 15. So look for somebody else that wants to buy one until you buy together. But thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Please let's give her additional round of applause. Not anywhere, like that part is killing it. I think I will not spend like something on the sound is possible. You have something this very calm of talking, like you're talking to a person who's living in the UK and Nigeria and said that you can't really know what's going on in Nigeria because.
So thank you very much, man. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please let's give her a round of applause once again. Now, obviously, you've taken a lot of notes. By the way, I'm sure you don't mind sharing your slides with us, right? Okay, so you will also receive the slides. We will send the link to you so you can download them. And also at this point, I would want to call on our amiable, delectable, beautiful, twice taller than I am CEO to do the vote of thanks. Please, let's be, as she's coming forward, let's be clapping for her again. Clap until she gets here. You can see the height difference.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself very well. Please, once again, let us give a round of applause to her. It was a phenomenal time that we've had. A lot has been learned. A lot has been shared. I don't even feel the need to even teach anything because really, what am I going to? Not today. Our next hangout, I will speak. But now, let us go and digest and implement the things that we have currently learned. But here is the thing. You have to communicate. Because if we don't communicate, my intention might not translate. So, when we do Realtor Hangout, it is a free event to support realtors within our community. Realtor Hangout is an event to support realtors in our community to encourage them to sell our products more efficiently. That way they make money, that way they earn more, that way they grow, and we're able to achieve our goal as a company, which is wealth creation and people empowerment. So when we do this, we are empowering you so that you can create wealth. Those are the two sides of what we do as a company. We do wealth creation and people empowerment, and we use real estate as our tool for doing that. So we do trainings like this. Yes, this is the people empowerment phase, but it is not a complete equation until we use the knowledge we get to empower ourselves financially, creating wealth. We have a realtor community. It's called REBA. Let me help you use that group very well. It's a WhatsApp group. How many of you are in that WhatsApp group? Okay, majority are not there. So for those that are not in the WhatsApp group, you need to register and become a member of our community. We try to simplify the process for you, and we are always willing to hear from you. That is, if you feel that there are things we can do to help you be better, we will take the feedback. We pay commission. Our commission is sweet, it's 15%, and we have incentives that are juicy as well. incentives, the TV, the fridge, the microwave, the washing machine. We've given all of the things I mentioned this year quarterly. We have quarterly incentives, we have annual incentives, and then we have our commission that we give. Why am I giving this explanation? You see, I can tell you how to fish, but I don't give you hook. I don't give you worms. I don't tell you where the water is. So you have theoretical knowledge of how to fish, but you don't have the tools to help you convert the theory into practical knowledge. With Rep 360, we have those tools. My own job is to get you amazing products. And I do that. My job is to ensure my products bring you peace of mind and bring your clients peace and profit. I always say it. I say my products will give clients peace and profit. But for realtors, I tell you peace of mind, because if your clients make money and they have peace, they will come back and they will recommend others to you. We don't have issues with receipts. We don't have issues with delay documentation. We dot our I's and we cross our T's. So we have a program in November to properly train new realtors. If you've not sold real estate before, or you struggle with selling, or you've had a bit of, I saw like my last year was a
600 years.
I've made money from real estate, but it's not consistent. It's because you have not decoded the knowledge. So we have classes like this every month. This kind of class where we do like a physical class. We have classes every week on Fridays. That's virtual. And aside from that, we have our quarterly meetings where we now do the bonus for those that qualify. They get their incentives. It's more fun. That's what we do on a quarterly basis. This certification program is going to help people to break it down further. But you know, the truth is this program is in November. And it's going to cost 58,000 if you don't pay. If you're going to pay, it's going to cost 78,800 if you don't pay in the next 14 days. Now, let's just say we cannot pay, we don't have 58,000. If you implement the things you've learned from this program and you register and join the community, every day they will send you flyers, they will send you videos into that group. All you need to do is copy and paste online, copy and paste everywhere. And if you just do that, before the date, you would have made in commission more than the 78 million naira if you actually practice everything you hear here. My first career was as a makeup artist. I shaped eyebrows and gathered my money to pay for my training. So I believe in the power of making the money from it if you don't have the capital to invest into it. When I was coming into real estate, I had a bit of money, but still the real money that I used to expand my real estate came from within the industry. So it was why I told him that I told him to cut the price down. It was over 10,000 naira slash. I said, make it down so that those that don't have a whole lot can still be able to put their head in. And one way for you to do that is to make a deposit today, knowing that I am committing that I'll be in this training. But there's another thing I want you to do for me. I know some of you have plenty of other real estate companies you sell for. I am very jealous. I'm a child of God. And my father is a jealous God. How would he born a daughter that is not jealous? But jealous God. Someone sent me a compliment this morning. I was like, this your picture is so fine. I wish I can make it my screensaver. I say, Oga, are you not a married man? I say, if my husband even has a woman's picture in his phone, Lasso, there is wahala on ground. Talk less of using it as screen. I said, it is inappropriate. But two, wouldn't your wife be jealous? Because me, I have my husband's password. So I'm a jealous person. Just to let you know. Part of the jealousy is we have invested time and money into training you and we would like you to market our products. And the thing is, you can't sell, if you give customers too many choices, they'll be confused. You need to choose your lane. Are you following John the Baptist or you want to follow Jesus? So you need to choose your lane and invest your time into that relationship. I've already I'm available. At the answer WhatsApp, message. I answer. We are available, not just me. Dapo is there, Blessing is there, Antonia is there. Antonia is very available. to answer all your questions. We're committed to you, be committed to us. Why am I saying this? If I don't tell you, you will not understand it's important to me. You know how you can be in a relationship with somebody and the person thinks that you are in an open relationship, or we are in a situationship. I thought you and I are just friends with benefits. It's because we did not clarify. So what I'm doing right now is doing what? Yes. So that you will not be assuming that Tiamo is such a nice person. She just trains us and will go and sell anybody's skinny. More nice as a child of God. God is generous, but he's also jealous. So I wanted to say that because I feel that it would also support you. Then finally, we have a downline system. And we're revamping our website soon to make it even more efficient. But the next time we're having this training, which will be the last Friday, so mark it in your calendar, the last Friday of next month, of October. Don't come alone. Bring a downline. Bring somebody. You brought someone. Oh, anybody that brought somebody here, raise your hand up. Please stand up. Let them clap for you very well. Stand up now. Did you not bring somebody? Stand up. Did you bring somebody? You're not serious. Please, I celebrate you. You know what they said about influence? She spoke about influence. You want to influence customer to buy property of millions. They're not able to influence a friend to attend a training with you. Use this inviting someone as a way to test your ability to convince someone to buy into something you believe in. Who will be willing to sacrifice their time and show up for your training? That is an important task you can give yourself ahead of next time. And when they register, they will be under your downline. They are your team. And when they sell, you get commission from what they sell. So we have that structure and we can break it down during the program, or you can just ask Antonia to know more about it. But I want to appreciate every one of you for coming. Once again, let us appreciate our amazing speaker, as in she did not disappoint. I knew she would not disappoint. But beyond that is that the examples, you might ask for the slide, but really, see, I've already given you the expo. What you need to do is those action points you've written down. Implement it from today. Because sometimes I don't know how many slides I've gotten that I did not look at again. Plenty. I don't even remember saying it in my phone. Is the day I want to delete, my phone is full, and I'm looking for what to delete. I see document. I'm like, what's this document? How many gig? Hey? And I open it. Oh, I beg delete to make room for pictures. But the things I implemented has made me bigger. So please implement today. Please implement today. Buy her book. My book is expensive. Auntie, you tried though. Thank you, ma. Me, I was going to give you offer that I'm giving you 2 books for 35K. She's giving you 2 books for 50K. Oh yeah, you can leave my book. Buy her own. If you feel like buying both of them, that's 50K. But if you don't want to buy, because I have 2 books, she has 2 books. I want 2 books is an offer of 15,000 naira. Don't just buy and keep it on your shelf. Read it. And I'm taking already. I'm taking 2. The 2 books, and I want to read it because I want to read wealth creation. There's no end to it. You must keep on learning and learning and learning over and over again, because it might just be something you're missing that if you change, you will see the account balance will reflect it. And I'm all about account balance. I'm all about account balance. Our account balance must reflect the knowledge you have invested into yourself. Your account balance must reflect the time you have spent with us today. By the end of this month, there must be a change in your account balance from last month and this month, in Jesus' name, because we know that we're doing our own. And as we continue to do it, we'll see the results by the special grace of God. Thank you once again for your time. Please give my team a round of applause. Help me celebrate JBC for my fan shirt. She doesn't even know why. You were not listening. All right, guys. Thank you. Please go outside, buy the book. To help our photo, she's willing to take pictures with everybody. We're going to do it batch by batch. Let's not do Nigeria for her. You know, you heard when she was speaking. She's not from here. So we're going to do it in groups. I know everybody wants personal pictures, but let's first do groups of 6, 3 on both sides, so that we are organized for the picture. We take the pictures like that. groups of six people, 3 on both sides. When you finish taking the pictures in that group format, she will now sit down and sign your book for you when you have paid. When you now buy book, you can now get personal picture one-on-one with her. If you like, don't buy book. Nobody will get one-on-one picture without buying book. Hello, Rawi. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you so much, sis. So let's go and start our photo shoot. You want to?
Okay, so before the photo shoot starts, I think we should just close the
Yes.
So the next thing will be closing prayer.
Oh, fantastic.
Our head of operations, our
prayer warrior,
our mother in the community. Okay, prayer with the enter inside that's nice.
Yes, I mean, when we do everything, we are very spiritual, and I believe God answers. I don't know what's going on in our lives.
All right, let's pray. In Jesus' name. Most High God, we thank you, Lord. We give you all the praise and glory. Thank you for the opportunity to come into your presence to learn, to gain more knowledge. Lord, we ask, oh Lord, even the speaker you have used to teach us today, we ask that you increase her more in Jesus' name. All what we have learned today, we'll put them in practice and there will be benefits and gain in our lives in Jesus' name. As we leave your presence here today, we're not leaving you, Lord. You are with us. And every prospect we speak with, we talk to, Lord, you will go ahead of us in Jesus' name. Lord, in heaven, next time we gather with testimonies in the name of Jesus of our sales and commissions. We all smile in Jesus' name. As we are going, Lord, put us in the right vehicles. We will not meet kidnappers and robbers, accidents on the way in Jesus' name. Lord, in heaven, we give God the praise. Thank you, King of Glory. In Jesus' mighty name, we are praying. Amen.
So one more thing. Before we go for the pictures, for those of you who sign up for the certification program, you go around your place a note, you write your name, your phone number, and then each of the options you're going for. Do you just want to follow up? It's very important. We only know the people who are here. We don't know we can't use general lists. Exactly. So please, it is very important. Put your name down, your phone number.
So let me make it easier.
Okay.
Everybody registered when they came, right?
Yeah.
Just tell the lady outside, please ensure that you want the program, so they will tick it there. Let's not do multiple. Let's not create photos. Let's make it seamless.
Sorry, let me come. I think, is it that you registered again, or you just mentioned that you have registered? It's not the same thing. There was a confirmation. Okay, because my own is money. That's my job for the company.
Yeah. So please, let's indicate, because, like she said, reduce the hurdles on the journey towards making a decision. So just people that are not you want to be. So no, just try if you can start taking pictures. Now you can place back there. Then everybody, please sit down. I want to do small chat with you. So first 6 people follow her.
Yes, for 6 people. So
you
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start counting from here.
Just 6 people. I don't know what current offer.
Yes, please.
So let me tell you.
Just go to that side to Jerry.
Relate that to the that's why you notice last month what we did was the crafts, and this month we are doing Prime Stone Blue Moon offer. She's taking pictures for now. So what we're doing now is Prime Stone Blue Moon offer. Let me explain what we call Blue Moon offer. The Blue Moon is, you know, when they say something comes up once in a blue moon. And then this will let me explain, that you can play the video for them. So Blue Moon offer is what we are pushing now. It's an opportunity for your clients to buy a plot of land and get corner piece free. Now let me explain. I have a customer who has bought Prime Stone before that now wants corner piece. I was saying, can she just, but she has finished paying since last year. She now said, can she now get corner piece for free? I say, sorry, it's new plot she will get. So she said, what does she need to do to get corner piece? I said she should add 500,000 naira, and she's willing to pay. So this, the minimum they will have paid to get a corner piece would have been 500,000 naira extra to get a corner piece, and now they're getting a corner piece free. Another thing you should note. So number one, when we create our products, that's why you should be in the group and read the caption, use it, because we balance it out. Our products are well thought out to make it easy for you to sell. Number one, it's in a good location, directly on a tarred, concrete road, not even tarred, concrete road. The estate is fenced. The estate is not gated. You're not putting gates there, and it's because they will see the gates. That's why they did not put the gates. But it's already fenced. No, this is Ire. This is not Primestone. But we have video of Primestone and pictures of. This is Primestone. He's on Omu Ekpe Expressway. So when you leave Ekpe, just few minutes from leaving Ekpe, on your way towards Ijebu-Ode, that's where you will see our estate, right on that concrete road that is being done by Dangote. Now you need to know this thing so you can explain to your customer, because you might not have gone. I've sold places I've not seen, just because I understand the description from when I attend classes like this. Or when you leave Ekpe, on your way towards Ijebu-Ode, is unmissable, where our estate is just a few minutes outside Ekpe, so it's closer to Lagos. That being said, when they pay, there are two offers. One is Blue Moon, where you get the free corner piece, but that's for outright payment. Not all your customers will pay outright. Even if they now say we cannot pay outright, they don't get the free corner piece. What they'll be getting is interest-free, flexible payments. So we have flyers that we'll send to you. Antonia will send you the flyers. This time it will be like we bombarded you, because you will get at least 3 flyers from us. So receive it with joy and read the write-up on the flyer, because that will give you the offer. Then, why? The pin could not take them. Or they say just 5 people. Yeah, so let her play the video now. So you get the flyer, you get the video. Yes, we have. You know, we've done allocation already. So here's the challenge. The only place we don't have instant allocation is the Croft. Allocation will be next year, and we always say it. But if you buy, and this is all-inclusive fee, no additional fee will be paid. Yes, there will be instant allocation for this, because I've already done we've done layout, and we've already put beacon everywhere. So there's instant allocation on Primestone. But when we're doing the cross, we explained that it wasn't instant allocation. All our assets, even Ire, instant allocation. I said the only place it was a journey, but we are there. All our prices now, all inclusive. No, our survey is what we do is what we have. You know that many investment companies sell while they are still paying. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm always very careful that I only sell what I've paid for. Now, all our assets are fully paid for. We did of assignment, complete register survey with us on all of them. We are going to process CFO. Currently, we are raising funds. Next year is our CFO year. This year was our fencing all our estates year, which we have done. But next year, CFO year. We'll perfect the document on all of them, global CFO on all our land. So, but when you want to do CFO, you need to have enough war chest money saved. So what we are doing now is gathering the money towards CFO. I have not even made any, like I've asked people I know in government that, can we do CFO? Can we do your CFO? They said yes. When you're ready, come now. But when I got hint of how much it will cost, I'm like, wait, let me gather the money first, so that I'll now come. Because when you go and meet an influential person, okay, I get a meeting with the commissioner. The commissioner says, oh, go and bring 100 million. I'm like, no, sir. The thing is, I only have 10 million. So you must already have prepared, so that when the opportunity comes, if they say bring 100 million, I can say, let me just pay 60 million. I have it cash. You close the deal. So that's what I'm working towards achieving. But this year for me was, even before we do CFO, let's first spend so that Wala is less. We're not dealing with people encroaching on the land. So batch by batch. Fantastic. They have said we should live here. So, yeah, question.
This one, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
One is personal, one is general.
Yeah, let's do general first.
General. I wanted to know, because trying to ask that where are the products whereby that is building ongoing, of which I want to know if you have a video of which
Okay,
product.
so the thing is, building ongoing would only happen in places when customers build and already developing areas. Kalon is the only place where there's building around. And once you tell them, once you share the price with them, most of those that are asking all these jam questions, once you share price with them, they'll now